Hello, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. My name is Joe, and I will be your dungeon master this evening. No need to dally or delay. Let's roll the intro and get started. Apparently, this is what I sound like now. And we're back. So, as is tradition here on Roll with Advantage, we have the players do the summary. So this week the summary is done by Kayla, or the one, the only Nalfian Baynir. So, Kayla, whenever you're ready, take it away. Summarize. Speak it
Alright,
plain, child.
mild correction, word dog to your mother. I don't know, I was going off of your energy. Nalfian of House Forrester, okay?
Word dog to your mother.
Okay, anyway, so, session 40, Muddy Waters. So, while awaiting for the heavy storms to die down in the city of West Hollow, the party agreed to look into a murder case for a woman by the name of, is it Armarda? Armarda?
Amarda.
Marta Upcliffe. Her husband, Richard Upcliffe, was the former captain of the guard, and he was found dead in their home by poisoning. Now, it was claimed to be a suicide, but Armarda thinks otherwise, and the party agrees to look into the matter after Armarda gives them 3 different suspects in town to investigate. They start by investigating the Upcliffe home, finding that bottle of poison, and even noticing some scuff marks in the comings and goings of the guest bedroom window. Their investigation eventually leads them to the Temple of Palor, where they hoped to investigate the body of Richard. Unfortunately, the priestess there denied them from accessing the body, resulting in Eurydice and Lila to take matters into their own hands, and attempted to cast suggestion on the priestess, which worked. But then, when she completed her task, she discovered that they had cast a spell on her, and the party was promptly arrested. So while arrested in jail, they met a private detective by the name of William Alderman, and he was able to bail out the party while giving them some more important information on the case. He knows that there was some type of relationship between Richard and the deputy, or now Captain Ravi. He also gives us more information on a man who was selling that same type of poison that was once locked away by Richard. So this takes the party to interrogate Gregor, the poison making guy, who then leads them to a street urchin kid named Toby, who was paid by an unknown person to purchase said poison. Now, finding Toby, Twig was the one who spoke with him, and though he didn't say directly who paid him, we did some big brain thinking as a group, and all signs were pointing back to Amarda. So the party returns to Valitha's home to confront her. The confrontation is a little tough at times, but finally, she actually slips up on her own details and incriminates herself. And the party is able to get a full confession as they learn the truth of Armada's hate for both her husband and Captain Ravi, as she was fully aware of their affair, and she wanted them both to die. So it was a tense close to the end of the murder case, as Captain Ravi did arrive to take Armada away and arrest her. So the group then takes a moment to kind of process all of that before looking to Valitha for the whereabouts of Emerald. Now, Valitha, frightened, admits that when she originally sent her message to him, something else answered. Some type of weird shift happened, almost like the real Emerald was unreachable, and now this one was the one that answered. That same corrupt Emerald that Nalfian once spoke to. Valitha explained to the party the theory of the wheel and how multiple wheels are spinning at different speeds, which we have surmised that this means multiple realities are all happening at once with different events happening at different times. Whew, process that. So, filled with concern as to what that meant for the fate of Emerald, the party tried to send a message through Echo Nalfian in an attempt to reach out into another reality or a different wheel. And I don't know exactly what she said, but it's something along the lines of like, "Hey, we're in trouble. Like, things are crazy over here." And then instead of Emerald responding, another Nalfian from another reality said, "Join the club." So this to
On
us
brand.
meant. Say again?
I said on brand.
Yeah. So this to the party meant that not just in our reality, our wheel, that in multiple realities, Emeriel, this good one, seems to be missing. Somehow he is outside of these realities. Um, so that's scary. But this attempt that we did almost resulted in Valitha literally becoming unraveled, parts of her like pieces of thread being pulled away from her. They dispelled Echo Nalf, and they decided, okay, let's not do that again. Instead, they reached out to Sigrun. Now, Sigrun was able to respond, and she provided Valitha with runes for her and the Dowie King to teleport back to Valitha's house, where she tells us that Emerald was last seen casting some type of radiant spell that teleported Cassius, and how do you say his name? Mezencontimpus?
As in
Mezin
Kelnos.
Kelnos. Yeah.
Yep. Mezenkelnotes, or yep, we'll work on it.
Kelnos.
Mezzo boy
Hey,
and
real quick,
Emerald
Kayla,
Obey.
what
Yeah.
was the name of the woman on Altinian, the undead elf woman? What was her name?
Hey Joe, can you hold on to a fuck you for me? Thanks. All right. And in that moment, Emerald did some type of spell and teleported all three of them away, and that was the last she saw of Emerald. So that was where we had left off with that heavy information.
Indeedly riddly we did. Alrighty. So, picking up there, all of you now sit in Talitha's home, the cozy interior, after sitting in this moment.
Man, I just realized I called her Valitha this whole time. Haha. Okay.
Sitting in Talitha's home, in this cozy interior, but feeling feeling so stretched thin, with not just the emotional turmoil of the case that you just cracked and got to the bottom of, but with this new information having been discovered about your existence and the constant spinning of this wheel and how the weave interacts with all of these different realities, and how the Dark One influences those different realities in an attempt to consume them, to prevent those wheels from spinning, to prevent that weave from being woven, to just stop it and change it to what he wants. Sitting in this revelation, this realization that although you might feel infinitely small in this moment, all of you know and would have the ability to realize that, as Talitha said, you are those pillars. You are those things that keep the structure to that wheel, that allows it to keep spinning. So while you might feel infinitely small, all of you at one point in time throughout this day or this week would be able to come to the realization that you are those pillars. You are those things that help keep structure, that help fend off that darkness. So, as all of you sit around and you see, appearing from that teleportation circle, Sigrun and Enlil Bani, the protector of Emeriel and the Radiant Lord of the Dowie, respectively, you can see this weight, this sadness on Sigrun's face. As Talitha goes to the both of them and begins to look at any wounds that they may have and try to patch them to the best of her ability. As all of you begin to move into one central area, in that sort of central foyer area, to discuss what may happen next. So, you can see, for one, as Enlil is working with Talitha to make sure that Sigrun is all right, you can see Puabi peek her head out from behind one of the corners and immediately explode with a smile and a cheer as she shouts out something in that language that you all recognize to be Dowie. And Twig and Eurydice and Lila would be able to recognize it as cheers of happiness. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're safe. I was so scared. As Puabi runs up and hugs her father, Enlil. So you can see the two of them embrace as they begin to speak back and forth um, in that ancient language, catching bits and pieces of it, um, just going back and forth about how much they missed each other and how happy they both are to have each other here now. And you can see at this moment, Puabi is just um, not willing to be separated from her father again. Twice as too many times, and now she is like magnetized to his hip. And you can see that he is not mad about it at all. So with that, Enlil will look up to all of you as Talitha and Sigrun are sort of off to the side, just sort of whispering back and forth to each other. Enlil will look up to all of you and say, in common, actually,
I am very thankful to all of you for keeping my daughter safe. Know that I will not forget this kindness you have done for me.
and as he kind of like narrows his eyes at some of the items you have on your hands, you hold within, or the circlets that you wear around your neck.
Know that I will not forget this. And know that you have my blessing to continue to use these things that you have found in the tombs of my ancestors. So long as you continue to fight against that great Dark Lord, know that the Dowie will fight with you. At least those Dowie that are still true to what our people fought for thousands of years ago.
Nalfian just kind of like, I would say like during that whole interaction with like Puabi and her dad, his hand is just kind of like squeezing
Oh,
Twig's shoulder a little bit.
oh. Didn't realize. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Like he's not like sad or anything. He's
Yeah,
just
but
like it's something that he is just kind of feeling.
yeah,
Um
yeah.
so yeah, he just has his hand on her shoulder, just squeezing her shoulder. But he's just gonna say it was our job to keep her safe. But she's tough. And know that we are using these items with respect. And we're trying to do good, and it's nice to have some truth to your people. I know some of us were concerned with some other findings, but it's good to know that you're fighting for what's right.
Thank you. I must ask, what other foundings have you seen?
Man, this is awkward. I don't want to tell him his people were just morphed into a wall. Like, that's what we found, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just like,
that was the big thing.
yeah,
That was the big information dump you got.
yeah. This was in Isanalor, right?
Yeah, it was in a cave
Like
system, a
okay,
Dowie ruin within Isanalor. Yeah.
okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie, until recently we were concerned that the Dowie were connected to the Dark One, and that was the end of it. When we were in Isanalor, we found another ruin of your people, and these people were fused, I guess is the word, to fused and made of stone into the walls and pledging their allegiance to the Stark One.
So I know of the people you speak of. I did not realize that was the fate that fell before them, but if anything, they deserved worse than what they got. They were the ones who took those gifts that were bestowed onto us by the Creator and twisted them to the promise of immortal life for a world without time and a world without pain. They broke those sacred vows that we had to the light, and they embraced the shadow. They could not see that a world without time and a world without pain is a world not worth living in. Time makes you value what you have, and pain is what makes us human. When we feel pain and sadness and grief.
And he kind of squeezes Puabi's hand standing next to him.
It makes feeling happiness all the more sweet.
So he looks down at her with a smile.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I'm not sure where you go from here, but I'm sure I can say this for all of us here, that we support you and we will fight by your side if the time comes. I don't know what all you and her saw back there, but clearly you know how to handle yourself.
He smiles.
I think together we can, handle this. He tries to, give a smile.
And Lilith will return the smile. And I'm not exactly sure if I shared his art yet, so I'm going to do that right now. Little bunny.
What a cool guy.
He's pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't think you have.
No, really? Okay.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's him. Put a face to a name. And
I like him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Like his hair. That he's got like little things shaven around his like little braids. Pretty cool. So he smiles and says,
"We will fight side by side. That I can guarantee you. But for now..."
And he kind of looks back towards Talitha and Sigrun. Sigrun, who you can see is even having a little bit of trouble just standing in general. Kind of sitting down now. Talitha, once again, just kind of whispering and murmuring to her, not like secretively, but just talking in low tones for, her own sake.
I think that our paths may diverge here. For Sigun's own health, and for the safety of Iverion, I believe we must set out to find him, wherever he may be. And you all... Well, I am glad we got to have this meeting before. That the two of us survived, at least. As I am afraid that there is many places between here and the southern reaches of Tarkir where those same people who have plundered my family's ruins now abuse the magic that they found within those ancient halls. paths must diverge because you have things you need to accomplish related to this House of Marco and how they wish to use that dark Dowie magic. Something that my people truly never stood for.
So he kind of sighs in just reflection.
I mean, if Cassius was the one that was, well, I guess, doing most of the planning, then what even would happen with the cult? If he's wherever Emerald is, then I can't imagine that he's going to be doing anything, right?
Cultists and those who pledge themselves to dark causes are like rabid dogs. Without a leash and a strong hand, they will ravage anywhere they find. If Cassius was this leader, and he is gone now, then the only thing that could mean is that those cultists that still exist, that still live, there is no more caution and waiting. They will lash out and attack with no rhyme or reason. This is what I assume, but they will most likely not know anything has happened to Cassius for a time, depending on where he has ended up, and if he can find a way to communicate. But if I were you, in these moments, these months to come, I would prepare yourselves, gather allies, stop the cult where you can. I fear that a great battle will soon be upon us, sooner than any of us are ready for. Soon, there will be no more sanctuary. There will be no more safety. There will be one thin line between us and that darkness. But if there is one thing that I have learned in my time, and if you would allow me to give you one piece of advice, although we live in a dark time, a time when these forces seek to destroy everything we've ever loved, do not look to the darkness and despair. Look to the light and rejoice. Embrace those things that you love. Laugh and smile. The moment you abandon hope and happiness is the moment the Dark One wins.
Nalfin is gonna, like, extend his hand. They shake it to this guy.
And Enlil will return it. Man has got a big hand. Really, like.
I can only imagine. And it's just, you know, very appreciative.
Yeah.
Like, a very firm, thankful handshake for his words and, you know, mutual respect.
Mm. Well, and kind of looks back towards Talitha and Sigrun as the two of them, Sigrun begins to stand, sort of regaining some of her composure, and Talitha will look to all of you as well, kind of helping her stand. And the two of them approach, and Talitha looks to the group of you and says, "Well, Sigrun has a plan. And, well, seems as though all of us will be departing from West Hollow a little sooner than what we originally thought we would."
You're going to find him.
Yes, we're going to find him, as Sigrun speaks up. If Imariel were dead, I could feel it. I know it. But he just feels far away. He feels on the edge, balancing on the head of a needle. But I can feel that he is still alive, that his heart beats. And Talitha is the only one who I believe could help us get there.
Right. I just... After what we saw today, I wish you nothing but luck, but you have to be careful. If you push on this too far, you'll die trying. If not something far worse.
Yes.
Just watch yourselves.
Thank you, Nelfian. And before we depart, I would like to say to you, Imariel and I, we put together from when we last saw you and Twig in Sandpoint what quest you were on. It only makes sense. And I know we do not know each other well. But I would like you to know that if the Green Lady does not see how far you've grown from what you could have been, and doesn't recognize the man you are now, she's a fool. And I wouldn't want that wish if she can't recognize that.
I appreciate that. I really do. I'm working on it. And he'll also extend his hand to her.
So they're going to go for that, like, forearm clasp.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Nalvin, you know, you're pretty strong. But this woman, you can feel when she grabs your forearm,
She
you're
could
like,
break his
she's
arm
like,
if
you're like, oh shit, she could snap that shit. And she'll
Respect.
clasp and nod her head, and she'll kind of look down towards you, Twig, and say, "And you, young one,
Be careful on your journey. There will be people around every turn who will question your authority. Not just as someone as young as you are, but for a million other reasons. Stand straight and tall. Speak with conviction and purpose. And sooner or later they will all fall in line. I promise you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just saying, like, just like, sit up straight to do that immediate thing. Just, just getting herself up straight and then just kind of give a nod at what she was saying.
She'll also look to Eurydice, kind of like just panning around each person at this point, and look towards the amulet that you wear around your neck. Eurydice, is Lucky in or out of the amulet right now?
He's like, for all intents and purposes, he's always out.
Okay,
Because
gotcha.
he doesn't like being in there.
Okay, so she'll look down towards Lucky and then look towards the amulet and look up towards you.
I never met any Dawnbearer. I never had that great joy. But after Emerald met you in Sandpoint, he studied, he read, he tried to research to find something, and then he did. And he never had a chance to share it with you. There was a time when he many simulacrums ago, he walked with a young woman from the port of Bromsgrove all the way to Nabia Tamon. She scaled that tower and she descended, bearing the first flame. She was told she was worthy. The Creator, the Light, believed she was worthy. Some people say that the weave, it repeats itself sometimes. That there are those people that are reincarnated because of how important they are in the structure of the pattern. This amulet, it works with you. This small, primordial creature, I can see that it has a love for you. It connects with you. If I could offer you one piece of advice, Eurydice, if there are any dark voices or any malignant creatures in your life that try to tell you one thing, look towards the light. Trust in yourself, not in the whispers of those who choose to hide in the shadows.
Just kind of.
Yuri's super quiet, but she's gonna kind of pet Lucky, and she's gonna smile, and she's just gonna say, "Thank you."
And then she'll also go to Lila and say, needless to say,
I can tell just from the time when I last saw them that you are very new to this group.
Yeah, I kind of met them only hours before I met you.
And now you are in this massive conflict, and I'm sure your brain is bursting with information.
Every second of every day so far. Yeah.
Yes, it is overwhelming, all of it. And if it provides you a little bit of comfort, I have traveled the plains. I have been to every continent and every major city in this great world we live in. I have seen wonders and majesties that I would never have believed to be true had I never left home, had I read it in a book. And then I met Iverion, and I saw even more. I saw things that still to this day cause me to question everything. That make me overwhelmed and scared, frightened of what may come tomorrow. But then, I look to the people that I travel with, whether it be Iverion or Inleal or others that have joined us and left on their journey. And I realize that regardless of what I may be going up against, regardless of how overwhelmed I feel, I know that anything can be done while I stand next to those people. You are a part of this journey. The Weave has chosen you to be a part of this. And if the Weave has chosen you to be a part of this, then your fate is tied. And whatever may await you, just from the way you carry yourself, the smile you have on your face, with everything happening, I know that greatness is destined for you, whatever it may be.
She'll smile and kind of just look down and say, I appreciate you see that in me. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Blossom, of course. You know how highly I think of May. And how highly I think of your guardian. And it seems as though all of those skills that they wanted to depart with you are there. I wish you safety on your journey. Jahor Dalar. May the will of the Weave guide you safely. Blossom will nod their head as Sigrun turns and walks back to Talitha and Enlil. And Talitha will say, you would, okay, we're leaving now. Oh, got it. I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
If you find him, let us know.
yes, as soon as I have a moment to say something, believe me, I will. Okay, here, and she kind of like reaches into her, like around the neckline of her dress and pulls out like a small, like necklace with a key on it, kind of tosses it towards you, Nelfian.
says, that's the house key. If you could just lock it when you leave, that would be great.
Oh my god.
Do they still all look like wounded pretty bad, or are they just exhausted?
Not wounded pretty bad, but they're the two of them are a little beat up.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I actually prepared mass cure wounds, but I could just do that right now so they're like
Yeah.
fresh.
Sure, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, mass cure wounds. Just... And you can see some of the small cuts and bruises on Sigrun begin to fade, same as on Enlil. And you can see as Sigrun was having this conversation with all of you, Enlil was talking with Puabi, and the two of them were having a conversation. And you can see that Puabi, as the three of them, Sigrun, Talitha, and Enlil, are sort of clustering up near the teleportation circle, Puabi is standing with them. And Enlil says to all of you,
Puabi has decided that she would like to come with me. She says, regardless of how dangerous it may be, it's time for her to learn what it means to be the Radiant Lord of the Dawi, as one day that will be her. I think you are strong enough for it.
Puabi smiles, looks up at him, and Sigrun smiles down at the two of them and looks back to all of you and says,
Want you all to know Emeril thinks very highly of all of you. He knows that in this great conflict to come, he cannot do it by himself. But also know now that all of you are tied to this even more than you were before you left Sandpoint. Know that those forces of the Dark One, they will be after you. They know you have the ability to change the weave and push him back. Be careful on your journey, wherever you may be headed. Continue to search for allies. Continue to grow into the great warriors, to the great spellcasters, and to the great leaders that Emeril knows you will be. That all of us know you will be. Good luck to all of you.
all right. And she kind of looks to Talitha. And Talitha kind of takes out her spellbook and begins to sort of read and trace her fingers along the pages as the runes below her begin to glow. And she kind of stops for a moment, looks up towards you, Nalfi, and says, one last thing. In order to lock the door right, you just have to pull back on it and then twist it into place, and then that will make sure that it locks properly. Because sometimes you'll hear it lock, but it's not actually going into the little...
I'll make sure it's locked
Okay,
up.
thank you. I just, I don't know how long I'm going
I
to...
get it.
And Sigrun's like, Talitha, sorry, I just wanted to make sure it was going to be locked. Okay.
It'll be locked. You have my word. A knight's honor.
Sigrun and Talitha will smile at that. And she nods and continues reading the rest of the incantation from her scroll as all four of the people on the teleportation circle smile to you and nod. And there's a flash of this teal blue light as all of them are gone, leaving the five of you alone in Talitha's home. Probably at this point 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning All of you can feel that exhaustion beginning to set in as you had not yet had a chance to sleep from when you started your investigation.
Yeah, we've been like murder mystery all night.
Exactly. But now you have just a little bit of time, and you know that the rain supposedly is supposed to stop very, very, very soon. So, with that, if there's nothing else all of you would like to do, you can head to sleep and then get ready to head out in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things, but
I know, I was trying to decide too. I'm like, it's 5 a.m. Should I do something or wait?
yeah, Navi's gonna go and make sure everybody goes to bed, and then he'll go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, Yuri will insist everyone, let's go to bed first, and then we can deal with everything after, but we're too tired to go sleep.
Yeah. No, that checks out, yeah.
Guess we just have a house now. Our summer home in the fucking Riverlands.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Is it summer? I don't even know what time of year it is.
I don't even know,
It
man.
is,
No,
Is
it's
it
not.
spring?
It is spring, yeah. It is
Yeah.
currently the thawing. So it's right at the end. So you're at the 24th of the thawing, which is, oh, Jesus. What is that? That's March. So you're right at the end of March, beginning of April. Yep. All right.
Nice.
Nice. So with that,
Means
all of
nothing
you...
to me with my reverse seasons.
Huh?
Means nothing to me with my reverse seasons.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so you're in spring right now.
I think I know what spring is. Yeah, okay, I got that one.
Okay, all right. All right. So with that, all of you head to sleep in Talitha's home. And eventually, there are no nightmares. There are no spooky fireface men that try to speak to you in your dreams. You have a peaceful slumber. All of you awake. You ready your things, and for the first time since you arrived, there is no pitter-patter of rain on the roof. It seems as though the weather has finally subsided, and clear skies have finally come to West Hollow. Now, as all of you are getting ready, before you step outside, is there anything you guys would like to do inside the house? Are you just ready to get the hell
Part
out?
of me really wants to take Talitha's cards, but I'm just like, Twig would never. Twig would never, but I feel like, they're right there.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I like how everyone audibly gasped. They're like, no way.
Possibly do.
She's been to prison. She's a changed woman now.
Damn.
God
Oh my gosh,
damn.
Thug Twig, the
Thug
alter ego.
Oh,
Can you
wow.
imagine?
Let's get like a couple teardrop tattoos.
Oh my god.
I could just imagine
Lila-
Twig singing Hard Knock Life.
Oh. Sometime before they all head out, Lila, I mean, it doesn't need to be a long conversation, but Lila wanted to kind of like talk to Twig for a second.
Yeah, sure. So, Lila, you can see Twig. She's kind of over by early in the morning, she's over by one of the bookshelves, just kind of looking through books, like moving things over, shifting them aside. And you can see that there's a couple like wooden cases that she opens, and she's like looking inside, but doesn't find anything, and so she puts it back on the bookshelf. It's kind of curious what that's all about, but yeah, so you see her just generally doing her morning routine as you approach.
Morning routine of snooping. Gotcha. Lila will come on over and say, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?"
Oh, hey.
I just wanted to apologize. The other morning at breakfast, when I asked that question that maybe was a little too personal, and I want you to know if I ever ask anything like that, you never have to answer the questions. I will 100% respect any boundaries, okay? I was just trying to make what I thought was light conversation, so I just wanted to let you know I never meant to overstep.
It's okay. It's just, well, It's new, and I still don't. I'm still working it out for myself.
Yeah, I get that. And also, if you ever do want to talk to somebody else about it, I know you have some great supports in your life. Um, I'm also here, so. But yeah, just wanted to make sure you knew that, and yeah.
There was something else I was gonna, well, say to you. I mean,
Hmm.
you brought up wanting to go to the Feywild at that same breakfast.
Oh
And,
yeah.
well, I mean, I feel like you should know that things aren't, well, apparently aren't that great there right now.
Oh
I guess it's the same kind of darkness, but I don't know anything in particular, but I thought you should know.
yeah. Thank you for telling me. That's so sad to hear. I just seems like every day I learn something new that's really, really big. So I'm sure that's been overwhelming for all of you guys too. Maybe you're used to it now, but wow.
Well, honestly, I feel like it just seems to be just one big thing that just keeps getting bigger.
It really does. I'm impressed with you all. You seem to be bearing all this so well. Thank you. I I am glad I know now.
Hopefully, it won't get worse.
Well, hopefully we can help with that then. You know, getting allies and everything. Hopefully we can reverse it everywhere, not just on our plane of existence.
Well, I mean, if you're from the college, then don't you have, I don't know, surely powerful mages or things that you know?
I do. Actually, I was gonna message my old teacher, who's a great friend of mine. I meant to do it yesterday, but that kind of yesterday got really busy. And didn't you guys have someone you wanted me to message as well? Um, uh, he has a ship.
Oh, yeah, Captain Heathscott.
Would you like? I can cast message so that you can talk to him if you would like.
Oh, no, I feel like it'd be better if Eurydice Alfian was the one to do that.
Okay, I will make sure we do that before we head out today. And I think I'll message my professor just so he knows everything about everything as best I can tell him, especially Finch. I know he's gone, but I guess not Finch, Cassius, but I'm worried that even though he's gone, he left something behind to keep his work. So,
And what about your father? Doesn't he have a position there?
yes, he does, but I'm worried that a message wouldn't quite get everything across to him that I need to say. I'll talk to him when we get to Hearthcrest. I think my presence is needed for him to truly pay attention.
Okay. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we're heading there anyways.
Yeah. Well, also, it's a good thing so that you can go kick everyone's butt at that tournament. And I'm very excited to see that happen.
Well, I've never done anything competitive before, but I don't know. I think it should be fun, regardless of what happens.
I think it will be. Thanks again. And she'll just give a smile and then probably go find whoever is willing to do the message for Heather Scott.
A message.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll just, I guess Nalfian is at maybe in his room. She'll just kind of knock and be like, "So, did you guys still want to talk to Heather Scott? I can do that for you."
Yeah, we should probably let him know where we're going, and we're probably not going to be back for a while. Yeah, you have a minute?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And she'll just
Message
kind of
is 25 words?
21, 25?
25.
I can look it up.
25.
25.
25.
25.
25. Lila will then take Nalfian's hands and cast message through to him.
All right. Let's see how I can start this. So I'm typing it out so I have enough.
Nalfian, you good?
Boop, boop, boop.
1, 2, 3. That was. I think I'm good there.
Okay, so I just want everyone to know while Kayla's doing that, I'm looking
Sorry.
back through some of my Isles notes. I think this is just really funny. And at the start of session 39, I put, "Oh no, the seal is broken." I wanted to share.
Oh, I hate that.
All right, there you go. I wasted line saying that first, but I had plenty to go there. So it's your favorite drow. Hey, we're headed to Weedhill. Might be some delays. We've had some developments. We'll talk soon. Stay safe.
Okay. You receive a response. You receive a response. Professor Alonre, is that you?
God, not that guy.
That's
Yes.
funny.
Of course. I'll have the ship stay in West Hollow unless you'd like to be picked up from somewhere else.
Got it. We'll put this response. All right. All right. Well, that was easier said than done. Or both.
Perfect.
What?
Okay, and-
I don't know, man.
That
It's
was
all right.
easier said than done, or both.
Yeah, just go with it.
What does that mean?
It means it was easier than I was expecting it to be.
So it
the way
was
these things
easier.
Go,
So it was easy.
Yeah, it was easy. Yeah, I could have
Okay.
said that. But my brain doesn't work, okay? We're all having days of mush brain, so leave me alone.
Mush brain for sure.
Oh, it's really okay. All right.
Well, I'll message. I will leave Nalfian, so I'm not just like talking in front of him. But then I will go and message Professor Elon Ray, and
Oh.
I'm probably just gonna do something. I'm not gonna actually write it out. I'm just gonna like guesstimate if that's okay.
That's fine.
Like something along the lines of, "Hi, this is Lila. I am safe. I'm with new friends. Professor Finch is not Professor Finch, and he's a bad guy. Keep an eye out around the college. Stay safe." Just to like put that warning out there.
Well, that was good. That was 23.
Hey.
Yeah, nice.
Mm.
So, you said Professor Finch is not Professor Finch. He's a bad guy. Okay.
Something to that effect, yes. Just don't trust him.
So convincing.
You do receive a response. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I didn't know anything had gone wrong.
Everything went.
Come back to the college when
you can stay safe out there.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna try and message everything. I'm like, this got to be an in-person conversation for sure. So
Dark one, 13.
yeah,
That's all.
it's a little too much. Just wanted him to like be cautious of any
Mhm.
Finch activity if there is.
Yeah, just in case
That
Professor
was
Finch.
Bianca and Yuri's conversation though. It was like,
Kinda was.
Seals.
Yes, it was like back and forth. Yeah. Please be safe.
All right.
And that's
So,
all I wanted to do before we left.
Okay.
Oh, there is one thing I want to do, not before we leave the house, but just generally before we leave West Hollow. Just so you know.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So, it's really kind of. Sorry, just running into some issues here. Okay. All right, whatever. Oh, I see. All right. Okay. So all of you are then gathering all the rest of your final supplies before you head out. So is there anything else to do in the house before you depart?
I mean, Alfian would like try to pick up the place before we leave. Like,
Oh, that's nice of you.
sure, yeah, make sure everything's locked. Like all the windows are locked, and like we don't leave a mess. But other than that, I think he's just trying to like maintain a positive energy. We were hit with a lot of heaviness, like the last day and a half, but we got to keep pushing forward. So,
Yeah, no, of
yeah.
course. Okay.
So once he does that, he'll just kind of be downstairs, just awaiting everybody else.
Alrighty. So you await, and eventually, I'm assuming everybody else is able to finish up their luggage. They're packing their stuff away and ready to depart.
Ready.
Ready. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. So, with that, all of you get everything together, and you depart. So then, Eurydice, what was the thing you wanted to do before you left West Hollow?
Okay. I wanted to basically go by where we know that Toby lives
Okay.
and just see if he's there.
Okay. So as all of you exit the building, for one, Nalfian, I'd like you to make a dexterity check as you try to lock the door.
Oh my god. Okay. I think that's like my great stat. Okay, I what a wasted nat 20. That's stupid, but that's the roll.
Well, you're lucky because that's what
That
you
door's
needed
so
to lock
fucking
the
locked.
God damn, what
Yeah,
a waste.
you lock the door. Yep, and you really do have to kind of like slam it and lock it all in one fluid motion in order for it to actually
Right.
lock. So yeah, you got it, and you lock the
Hell
door,
yeah.
and that way Talith is not going to be upset about anything.
No one's getting into this fucking house on my watch.
As you exit the house after successfully locking it, you can see you left a
Wow.
window open on the second story.
What?
I'm just kidding. So you step out of her house and you can see how different West Hollow is on a clear and bright sunny day. This wonderful spring afternoon is just so nice, where it is probably about 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. It's right in that range. Where it's just a very brisk day. There's a small breeze on the air, but the skies are clear. The sun is beaming down on the city, and people are moving around. There's life to the city, and it's not dreary and sad. It is bright and colorful, as West Hollow can be. So you can finally start to see all of the life and beauty that is in the city. Finally in front of you, and not hidden behind a dull rain shadow. So you begin to make your way through West Hollow, and you make your way around to where Toby's house is known to be. And sadly, Eurydice, as you make your way over there and sort of peek inside the house, doesn't seem like he's home now.
Then I'll just leave it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, you check the house. Sadly, don't see him there. As you're leaving the city, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. It's obviously my best stat. That's such shit. Okay. That is a 10.
Okay, yeah. You keep your eye out. You do see a couple of rats scurry across the street, but sadly, no sign of Toby.
Okay. Then I will keep Lucky just as a hawk for a bit.
Okay.
Let him like fly around.
Making circles around the
Fiery
city.
little hawk.
Yeah, and it's
I assume we know the direction in which we're going, right?
yeah,
Yuri
yeah.
at the very least knows this route.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, so you're going to be heading east towards the college and in turn towards towards Wheat Hill and then in turn towards the college.
As we're just kind of like walking, Nalfine would just kind of like slow his pace, so he's walking next to Eurydice just to like talk with her for a second.
Okay.
And he would just kind of like slow down, walk next to her, and just kind of say, "Are you ready to do this?"
No, but I don't think I ever will be fully ready. So I guess this is the best time to do it.
That's the answer I was looking for.
Great.
You're always the bravest when least expected. We're here for you. All of us. Just remember that.
Thank you. I hope all of this doesn't ruin that.
It won't. Remember what I said. Get out of your head. We can do this together. Every one of us.
Okay. And she kind of like does that, like kind of shakes herself off. It's like trying to get rid of the nerves.
I'll just give her like a smile and like a little squeeze to her shoulder too, and let her take the lead because you don't know where the fuck he's going.
Yeah, she'll take the lead.
Alrighty, so you take the lead through the city of West Hollow and eventually making your way to the Eastern Gate. Eastern Gate being sort of the main thoroughfare in and out of the city. Now, immediately upon getting there, you can see that there is distance between the wall and the buildings themselves, and there are several small stables in this area where you can purchase whether it be a cart and 2 horses, or if you would like to purchase like mounted riding horses. But this is where you would do that at. And there are so many different stable hands. They're currently just trying to catch people, either trying to sell their horses they're coming in the city, or trying to sell horses to people as they're heading out of the city. And just so all of you know, if you wanted to, traveling by foot to Wheat Hill would probably take you about a week and a half to 2 weeks. Traveling on a mount would take you about 4 days. So it really cuts down on the travel time. And then traveling with a horse and cart would take you about maybe 5 or 6 days. So a little bit longer, but also more comfortable. You also have more room to carry things with you. Don't get too excited, Felicity. We know what happens with you and horses.
Damn. I mean, I don't think we
character this time.
I don't think we need a cart, right? We don't have that much stuff on us, do we?
No, I think we just get the horses.
I agree.
Are we just going to travel straight for 4 days, though? Or are we going to try and stay? Are there, like, places to stay between here and Wheat Hill?
Yeah, there
There's
are inns
Or-
and taverns fairly spread out throughout.
Okay, yeah.
So we don't have to camp. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Then we don't need a cart and to buy things. We good.
Hey. All right,
Let's
then.
get some horses.
Yeah, Nalfin will pay for horses.
Are you sure? How much money do you have?
It is the nightly thing to do.
Right, but the thing is, Yuri never got rid of the money you gave her. So she has a lot.
Oh shit! Yeah, he gave you a fuck ton of money. How much money do you have?
I have over 2,000.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
okay, well, damn. Wow. Wow. Okay, I mean, if Eurydice wants to pay for the horse.
Twig with her 7 gold.
Oh.
Oh, Twig, what?
Oh, you poor people.
If I would have known.
Nalfine, you got to get her some allowance or something.
I guess so.
Yeah, just Yuri will pay for the horses.
Okay. All right. So you'd be looking at 3 horses, because with 5 of you, 2 people to 1 and then 1 person to the other. You would need to get riding horses, so you'd be looking at, let's see, 220 gold. But
Yeah, not my shout.
Each.
these horses are yours now. You own them. You're not renting them.
We can name them.
You
Can
can.
we take horses on the
So
ship?
is that 60 gold then for 3 horses? Or was it 20 all of them? Wait, clarify.
So for 3 horses, it was what did I say, 220 gold. I did the math in my head.
Yeah, because you cut out a bit, so I was like, wait, how much?
Times 3. Yeah,
Okay,
210 gold. Because each
210.
horse is 70 gold.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the horses. Who is riding on each one? Because I assume it's Nalfine and Twig on one. And then...
Lila and Eurydice on the other, and then
yeah,
Blossom by herself.
And then Blossom.
Yeah.
They've
Do
got
we want to name
hooves.
the horse?
Yeah, we do. Let's make this hurt if they die.
I mean, I'm just gonna ask for their names, but if you just want to impose something on them, like, go off, I
We can
guess.
ask too. Twig can ask.
No, just impose names on them. I'm sure they'll love it.
Like, such a
No.
turd.
Jesus Christ.
No. As they are, like, obviously getting the horses to go, speak of animals, introduce ourselves, other people, and want to get their names.
All right. So you talk to your 3 horses, and you have 2 mares and a steed. 2 ladies, 1 man horse. And as is tradition, all of the horses are apparently from westerns. As you talk to the one steed, and the steed says, "So you." Oh, man.
Stallion.
Steed says, "Well, hello there, little lady. My name is Marshall. It's a pleasure to meet you." And then these 2 lovely ladies next to me here. This right here is Louise, and this right here is Lenora. But I would like to stress that if you have any nicknames you'd like to give us, we'll also appreciate those. Marshall, Louise, and Lenora. But I'd also like to stress again, if you'd like to give us nicknames, that's really okay.
What colors are they, Joe?
So Marshall is a very large and wide, where he's almost like on like warhorse scale, where he's so big, where he's probably was like a draft horse for a while, and then eventually kind of made his way and got a little bit faster, and is now considered a riding horse. He is a little bit, he's kind of like a Clydesdale, where he's got like the ankle hair extensions, and he's entirely black. Entirely black.
Unless, I don't know,
Wow.
Twig has to pick our horse, actually. Never mind.
Such an edge boy.
Yeah. No. Twig can pick our horse.
Okay. So we have the let's see, that the entirely black one, which is Marshall. Lenora is a chestnut horse, so it's kind of got that like auburny orange kind of color to the entire horse. And then Louise. Yeah, Louise. Sorry, Louise is a like a dapple gray, where it's kind of like that gray with like the little like bits of white spot and like right around the legs. They're darker
so
black color.
cute.
Yeah. So we got a chestnut, dapple gray, and a black horse.
Albion can definitely have Marshall and his black edge gnawed on.
Yes.
I feel like Eurydice and Lila would look very good on a chestnut-colored horse.
I
So we can
agree.
have
And it matches
little-
Yuri's hair as well, because it's like a
Mhm.
chestnutty auburn.
I think
Yeah.
it's cute.
Nice.
Oh my god, and the dappled grey for Blossom, because they're kind of like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
two-toned with their little like vitiligo.
I love it.
Hell
love it.
yeah. Hell yeah. Okay,
Oh my
Lorraine.
god, this is so important. like,
Oh,
think
it
it
is.
this is the
I'm ready
Hard
for
to
these horses to
imagine.
die next session.
No,
Right.
we were just saying, Alfie needs a fucking noble steed. Here we go, baby.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh my
yeah.
god, literally though.
Where the fuck are our last horses though?
We don't talk about that. We've
Uh,
upgraded.
You left them in Isanalore with the insectoids, so
God.
Fine.
snick snack is what they were.
Oh,
Oh no!
It's okay.
Well, Lila wasn't there for
The
that,
last-
so her hands are
the-
clean.
The last set of horses Salamander Coast got their hands on were
don't leave her alone. Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, when they had wolves, everything was okay.
It was, yeah.
It was just horses.
It wasn't our horses though. It was enemy horses.
That's true. Yeah, the horses. Yeah, those.
They can't take a stance, Bianca.
Okay.
It was
Anyway.
a stressful situation. Anyway,
It
move
was,
on.
It was. All right. So, with that, you all get your horses, and you pay for them. You figure out their names, and you understand that they are very much okay with having nicknames given to them.
We will
Show.
focus on. It'll
Yes,
happen.
of course. So, with that, all of you mount up and you head into the Riverlands. Immediately exiting the city walls, you can see the massive plains and cascading rivers that lie in front of you. You can see each side of this massive valley flanked by rocky hills and mountains off into the distance on the horizon. You can see cobbled stone paths where hundreds of travelers are moving on. This is a busy road. And in turn, this is a very, very safe road. You can see that every maybe 100 to 200 feet from where you're at, there are guards patrolling, wearing the armor of the king, the sort of national guard of the people. This is an organized military in Iverion. And especially in the Riverlands, because of how much money flows through this area, people are very, very keen to make sure that it stays safe. So, generally, when looking out at the Riverlands, the only thing different from the image I'm about to show you is there is one massive stone road, paved, cobbled, that goes all the way as far as the eye can see, with hundreds of stone bridges going over all of these different interconnecting, crisscrossing rivers. So, as all of you head out into the river, head out into the Riverlands, getting ready to make your way the 4.5, maybe 5-day journey to Wheat Hill. We're gonna go ahead and take our break right there. Just a little bit early for the break, but that's okay. That's okay. And
You
we
know what
will-
that means? There's a lot about to happen.
and
Ready for shit to go down.
we'll go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back after this. All right, see you later. Bye.
scars long have yearned for your tender caress, to bind our fortunes. Damn what the stars own. Rend my heart open, then your love profess. A winding, weaving fate to which we both atone. You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. The wolf I will follow into the storm, to find your heart, its passion displaced by our ever-growing, hardening into stone. Amidst the cold, to hold you in a heated embrace. You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. I know not if fate would have us live as one, or if by love's blind chance we've been bound. The wish I whispered when it all began, did it forge a love you might never have found? You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep.
All right, and
Oh.
we are back. Howdy, howdy, howdy. So let's go ahead and dive back in. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on. That's okay. So let's go ahead and dive back in. So picking up where we left off, our group of adventurers had finally found themselves leaving the city of West Hollow and beginning their journey into the Riverlands. Now, the Riverlands, as I said, being one of the most developed wilderness areas in the world. So the Riverlands in Iverion is about the safest place you can be as a merchant traveling with goods and services from place to place. Every night on your travel, you'll be able to stay at one of many local inns and these small sort of clusters of mini villages all along the way until eventually you get to the largest village on this journey, which is Wheat Hill, which is sort of the first goal that our group of adventurers has. Knowing that there are dark friends in Wheat Hill, they have begun to make their way towards said city. So with that, your journey begins as you begin to ride along, traveling throughout this forest, or throughout the Riverlands, the water rushing past you off to the side as you slowly march along and trot on your newly purchased horses, alongside many different merchant caravans and passing guards every now and then. So, as all of you are riding along, the journey is very peaceful. There's no imminent threat of danger or destruction. As of right now, you are just some adventurers traveling from one city to another. So, if there's anything you'd like to talk about as you're sort of traveling, you do have privacy. Doesn't seem like anybody is trying to overhear any conversations or anything like that. It's just nice and peaceful. So if there's anything you'd like to talk about, you can do so as you travel. But if not, just continue on.
There is one thing I want to talk about. First of all, can Lucky be like a little flamey ferret?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Aw.
So you can just kind of run around,
Yeah. So,
like on a horse.
yeah, he'll like hop back and forth between horses and be like, I like this. This is fun. My body is so long.
Amazing. This is everything I've wanted.
But my hands and legs are still so stubby and short. I'm not sure how I can move so easily, but it's pretty cool.
If you just keep practicing, it'll feel more normal.
Okay.
And then, since she's obviously with Lila, which one of us is steering the horse?
I was just gonna ask you that. Are you better with animals? Lila's pretty neutral when it comes to riding a horse. She knows how.
Yuri's pretty neutral. She doesn't really.
Let's just say they when they take a break, they just swap,
Yeah.
know? So maybe at
Yeah.
this time, Lila's driving, but they don't really have one or the other that's more in front.
Okay, great. Yuri will kind of, when they're out of earshot of where Nalfion and Twig are, so they're not super far away, but just kind of slightly out. Yuri's gonna kind of say, so, right, I need your advice with something.
Yeah.
Because oh god, and she's kind of figuring out how to say things because this is not her area. And she's gonna say, so, Nalfion kissed me.
The horse will stop.
Oh?
And then slowly start to pick up again, going a little slower. When did this happen?
That was a couple nights ago. It was, I think it was the first night that we got to Telefa's house? Telefa's? Basically, I was upset about something, and he gave me a hug, and we were just talking the whole way, and then, right before he walked away, he kissed me, and then he was like, good night, and then he walked away.
Mm-hmm. And you liked it?
Well, yeah, but I don't really know what to do with that now. Because, like, there's so much else going on, so I don't want to... I don't know. But there's... She just looks stumped.
I mean, this is pretty fun and new and a little bit more. This is the first news I've gotten in a long time that's not earth-shattering, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much you really like need to do about it. So is this like, were you not expecting, like, have you guys never like talked about anything like that? Or is this like completely new? Like you had no idea he had feelings for you in that way?
If you look back, there's kind of a look on Yuri's face of, well. And Yuri's gonna... She's gonna basically tell Lila the progression of kind of what Yuri and Nalfion's relationship has been. From them kind of meeting to Yuri admitting she did not like Nalfion at first, like, at all. Like, even as a friend. She didn't like him. She thought he was unbearable. And then that kind of weird, like, a little bit of flirting, and then Nalfion saying don't, and then them not talking, and then them kind of becoming friends again. And just them being very, like, close friends. And just, like, good at being dependent. Like, being able to be there for each other. But she didn't expect that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll kind of, like, give you that kind of story. So that you have the background of that.
Right. Well, I mean, in a way, maybe it's been a long time coming, at least for him, even if you weren't expecting it. Because, like, I mean, I could clearly tell he cared deeply about both you and Twig, but I couldn't quite tell if it was, like, what his affections for you were. And you didn't really say anything, so I was like, well, I guess they're not dating, but I don't know. So, I mean, seems kind of sweet of him. If it was comforting for you, and you already kind of like him.
It was nice. I think it was comforting. It's nice to know that he cares so much. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel bad if he starts getting that attached, because I've got so much going on right now, and I don't really know how to process all of that, and that's just a whole another thing.
Well,
And this isn't my area. The most I've really known about this stuff is when I've read, like, fantasy book, right? You know, like, the whole, like, you've got, like, the hero, and all of that kind of stuff. It's very idealistic in those, so it's difficult to deal with the actual stuff.
so you haven't had a boyfriend or girlfriend before?
No.
Okay, so yeah, this is pretty new. Well, you really, I mean, it's not like he's asking you out or anything right now. You don't really have to do much with it if you want to, like, handle yourself for a little bit. Because I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think you really have to make a decision right away.
Okay. I think that's good to hear. I think that's probably what I'll do. I'll just leave it. And,
Right.
yeah.
Well, and then, maybe if you feel inclined at some point, maybe you can ask him on a date, test the waters, things like that. But it can be on your time whenever you feel comfortable.
Okay. That's good. Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think you have anything to worry about with him. He definitely cares a lot. And I've known you guys for a solid, like, 72 hours.
Yeah. Great. Good to know. Have you ever dated anyone?
Yeah, I've been through my fair share of relationships. None of them really worked out, though. Just a lot.
Yeah. Well, I guess they didn't always work out.
No, and honestly, finding someone who looks at you the way Nalfian does, I think is really rare and special. I mean, like I said, haven't known you guys very long, but there's definitely just like this strong bond between all three of you that's just undeniable. But specifically between you and Alfian, it's just kind of beautiful to see. Gives me hope, that maybe something will work out for me one day. I'm a huge romantic, honestly, but oh my gosh, I don't know how many shit people I can date before I just give up.
Well, you're very, very lovely, and I'm sure that you'll find someone. Or someone will just find you. Maybe the trick is to let them find you.
Right. I've definitely stopped looking. I've taken a solid break for a long time, but it's just, it gets tiring. And I don't know, I just wish people wouldn't say false, empty promises, And based on the little bits I've heard of Nalfian and his past with romance and everything, I don't think he'd be comfortable saying something or doing something that was empty. So that's kind of nice.
It's very, very true. He is learning to be... Not that this wasn't something he had before, but it fits very well into him being a knight.
I'm just so curious, too, because the way you were talking about Nalfian earlier, he sounded unbearable, but he's like nothing like that now. Exactly.
It was crazy. Like, you think about it now. He was very unbearable. Like, honestly, first time I met him, I had to spend like a day with this guy, maybe even 2. Awful. I didn't know how I was gonna bear it.
That's just so funny. He's so different now. Because, like, even, like, just his fatherly tendencies with Twig. It's hilarious. Yeah.
Admittedly, he was very good with kids from the start, but I think that he tried to bury that under him.
I kind of wish I'd met that side of him just so I knew, But yeah, that kind of Nalfian, that's the kind of people I used to date. And it's like fun at first, but then you get so exhausted and they
Yeah. I'm partly glad that we're past the whole Nalfian Bay near, the pleasure is all yours phase. Honestly.
Oh my gosh, no, we totally have to like tease him with that sometime. Just, oh my god.
I feel like we do.
We can both introduce ourselves one day to somebody new and we'll just be like, you were to see in Lila, the pleasure is all yours, and just see what his reaction is.
Oh, that's happening. That is 100% yes.
We can do that. Let's see. First in we get to. That'll be our introduction.
Yes.
Very like showy.
Okay. You have to make sure you like bow and that you just generally have that air about you, and it'll be
god. That's amazing.
Okay.
I know you're not super stoked about going back to Wheat Hill, but is there anything you're looking forward to on this trip? Something just kind of like, that you missed?
I miss the scenery. The Riverlands are very, very pretty, and I miss the library in Halfcrest. That's one of my favorite places to go.
Actually, we might have ran into each other. I'm trying to think. Because I went there a lot too.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe, would we have ran into each other?
Ever.
Let me see. What was
Can we
percentile?
roll just to see if we?
Yeah, very briefly. There may have been one time, and it just would have been so insignificant, just like you guys. There was one moment, and everything has been so crazy that you both had kind of forgotten because it was such a small moment. But when you talk, like, did we ever meet each other? Both of you kind of have that, like, that's so Raven moment where your eyes go wide and like you have this, like, oh shit, because Lila, you remember one time, this probably would have been maybe 6 or 7 years ago. It was when you were still in sort of that, like, K through 12 phase where you were still in secondary school.
Yeah.
And you were in the library and you had a couple of books and, you were walking alongside one of your friends, probably one of those shitty boyfriends that you had growing up. And there was this kind of quiet, like kind of dorky girl that was holding a whole bunch of books, and you guys kind of bumped into each other, and she dropped all of her books and you went to go help try to pick them up, but she kind of scattered and picked them up and kind of ran off. And both of you in that moment realized that that was Eurydice, and Eurydice, in your mind, there was this really, like, overwhelmingly, like, beautiful girl walking with some guy, and you were just so embarrassed that you just could not stand to be there any longer. So you, like, scattered to pick all your stuff up and ran off.
Oh,
And
you trying to tell me that Eurydice gay panicked over Lila?
well, she was so
Amazing.
different, She was just like nature incarnate as like a person, and Eurydice had never been exposed to that before.
Amazing.
Proud to be your sexual awakening, Eurydice. Oh my gosh! We totally met. Do you remember that moment?
Yes, I remember that. Oh my god, was
Oh.
that one of the shitty boyfriends that you had?
Oh my god,
He
yeah, that was
looked shitty.
my first boyfriend. Oh my god, he was super shitty. Yeah, oh my god. So he was all about his friends and everything, and like would only hang out with me when he wasn't around them, and like pretend like he actually wasn't that interested. But then, like, behind closed doors, he was like, "Oh my god, I love you," which, like, of course he didn't love me. Like, that was like, I don't even know. We were like 12, so
Yeah. No, that's. Oh my god.
the start of it all. Like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I wonder if we'd like kind of pass each other in other times, but that's nuts.
That is crazy. I am so sorry that I ran off. I was very embarrassed because I just hadn't met that many people, especially like you, and I got really flustered and I just ran. So I am very sorry for the
Totally.
thing that happened 7 years ago.
Totally okay. I mean, I'm sorry I ran into you and made everything fall, but just imagine if we did end up like talking. Like, how crazy would it be if we were like old friends,
That would be crazy.
Would have been
Oh, no.
fun. We could have like met up between like classes and stuff. So, but you didn't go to Hearthcrest, right? You just
I didn't go
visited.
to Halfcrest. I just went to the library because I like the books. Going to Halfcrest sounds great though. I think that I would have liked that if I'd been able to.
I totally think you would have. You're clearly super smart, gifted in magic. It's absolutely where you needed to be. Actually, when we go to Hearthcrest, let's get you a wand just for fun.
Well, I mean, my tattoos are kind of what my magic comes out of. Well, that's how I channel it. But
Oh, right. Yeah, mine's from this amulet actually. The wand is just pretty.
okay, all right, then we can do that too.
Yeah,
Add
we'll
this to the long list of things.
Yeah, customize it. I mean, we can get everybody a wand. Even Nalfian uses like magic, kind of, right?
He uses like, I don't know, like a weird sort of time magic. So technically, yes.
Yeah, like doing a mancy thing. Yeah, so
Yes,
I think it'd be fun if everyone's interested. So
yeah. Okay, we'll add that to the list of things to do.
perfect. Well, I am excited for you to come to Hearthcrest. I'm excited to be in Wheat Hill, even though it won't be you actually in Wheat Hill. And yeah,
Yeah. And I think for the rest of the journey, Yuri's gonna just kind of ask Lila questions about what it's like to be at school at Halfcrest. Like
Oh,
what
okay.
classes are like, about what it's like to be a student, about like shitty boyfriends, and about all that kind of stuff.
she'll give you a list of everyone she's dated, including this one girl named Lavender. And Lila was like, it was super gross that I was named
Oh.
Lila and she was named Lavender, and that was just cringy all around. But that was a short relationship anyway, so.
Okay, great. Expect a list by the end of the session.
Let me pull up the list. There's Chad, there's Brad.
No. While that conversation's happening, Delphine would talk to like, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he would definitely like if she wanted to lead the horse, he would like offer. I don't know if she would be too afraid to do so or not, but like.
Oh, fam,
She
it's a
talked to the
horse. She'd
horse.
be down.
Yeah. Okay. So
We're
while
friends now,
she's
it's
kind
great.
of partial, right?
Yeah.
So he would just be letting her like lead the way and just be thinking before he says, all right, my lady, if you could have anything in the world, anything at all, what would that be?
I don't know how would you even answer a question like that?
Well, think about it. If there was something that you wanted very badly, but maybe you didn't have the coin to get it, or the means to get it, or whatever that may be. You can think for a few minutes. We got time.
I mean, I feel like if anything, I just want Hasm's Hollow to be okay. But I feel like that's not what you're asking.
Well, not exactly. But I'm gonna make sure that happens no matter what. You already have my word on that. But if it wasn't that, as if it was a gift for a very special day, that
Well, you don't need to worry about any of that. I mean, I feel like we didn't end up doing much for, well, you, and so I'd feel bad if you,
oh,
I don't know, went
I'm
out of the
pretty
way.
sure if I'm not the best at this, but I do know some things, and I'm pretty sure when someone turns 16, it's a pretty big deal.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't think it needs to become a whole big thing.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sure it won't be a big deal at all. I'm sure there won't be a whole party and cake and gifts and a kingdoms and castle tournament. I mean, I don't know.
So wait, when is the? Because that's in a month, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to check that.
But I'm serious. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to get back to you on that.
All right. Well, you got 2 months.
Right, I'll come up with something, I guess.
All right. Don't forget.
Oh,
Because I
wait,
won't.
no. Those other cards that Talitha had.
Oh,
The new ones.
what? The
I
Wardens
remember.
of Farah?
Well, yeah, I mean, I saw that one Vanest, and well, I want to see what the others look like as well, and well, I don't know. It's
All
probably
right.
a little stupid, but you know.
No, it's not stupid at all. All right. Well, we'll see what we can do. I mean, there's no promises, no guarantees or anything. And he's like clearly has a smile on his face when he says that. Kingdoms and Castle cards. Got it. Very special, very powerful cards. Anything else?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to ask for too much.
You could never ask for too much. I'm pretty sure, as the saying goes, you only turn 16 once. It's a pretty big
Well,
deal
I mean,
up here,
you
I hear.
only turn any age once.
You're not wrong. But, like, that's a big number, right? You're becoming, a woman, I think. Oh, yeah. It's special. And I want to make sure that you feel special that day.
Oh, okay, I'll try, I guess.
Great. Don't think too hard. Like I said, we have plenty of time.
Right. Well, thank you, Nalfian.
Absolutely. And while we're talking, I just wanted to. I know back there with that whole mess with Amarda and her husband. I just want to make sure you know that that's not. Whatever happened with them, well, that's their business. But as a young lady learning about how the world works and all that, you know that when you love someone, you would never go out of your way to purposely hurt them. You know that, right?
I guess so.
Okay.
Why do you bring it up?
I don't know. I just thought that was something. If we're gonna take anything away from that, as a learning experience, I guess. Twig, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm trying this whole night, this whole father thing. I just thought that was something like, as in a life
Wait,
lesson.
no, I'm confused. What are you talking about?
You know, it's fine. I'm just talking.
Okay.
I
Well,
just wanted you to
I
know
mean,
that.
I guess you even have word from, well, Sigrun that you are a good knight.
I'm trying. There's things I could be better at. I'm sure that there's a chapter or two we should probably review.
Well, I suppose we have the time.
I just hope that I could be more than just that. And if you need anything more than just to take a crossbow bolt right to the gut, I can do that too, but if there's ever anything that's bothering you, or you just need to talk, or you don't know how to make a decision on something, or if you don't understand how something in the world works, I don't have all the answers, but I've seen a lot. And I care a lot about you, and I want to make sure you are making the right choices, and yeah.
I mean, I know that I know that I can. Well, I like to think that I can rely on both you and Rudici. And
Absolutely,
maybe
you can.
Lila now too.
They're both great people, and they both care very much for you. So if it's not me, it's certainly going to be one of them. But you just be thinking real hard on what it is you want. 2 months will go by fast.
All right.
I'm just like a little confused, just to like stare down at like the reins.
It'll just kind of like take a deep breath and just kind of look out and just make sure she doesn't steer the horse over a log or something.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So, with that, those conversations happening along your journey, the day goes, as I said before, it goes undisturbed. There's never any fear of attack or disparagement or fear of being robbed. Every maybe hour or two along your journey, you pass a small collection of mounted knights, not mounted knights, but mounted soldiers in service to the crown. Right, all of these individuals, 5 to 8 at a time, just riding past in one direction or the other, keeping the roads safe. Eventually, towards sunset, just as the sun is beginning to tuck itself back in the direction that you came, right, off to the west, you begin to stroll up upon your first stay. You can see a hat on a wooden sign hanging from the entryway. You can see this is the Crooked Hat Inn. And you can see a small black hat in the shape of like a wizard or a witch's hat. As you approach, you can see that there are 2 massive stables off to each side of it, and stable hands coming up and asking immediately as soon as you arrive if you'll be staying the night or if you'll be riding through, if you'd like them to take care of your horses and give them food and water and clean them for the rest of your journey.
Pretty late, right, at this point?
Yep.
Like, I figured we would use most of the daylight to travel. Okay, and then I figured we should probably... I don't think Eurydice's in a hurry to get there.
No.
Yeah, so
Not-
I figured we might as well stay for the night.
Okay, sounds good. So with that, as you begin to make your way, the stable hands do inform you that per horse that it is a 1 silver charge just to clean them and feed them. So
yeah,
it'd be
and
3
I'll
silver.
this one.
Oh wow, big spender. All right.
Yeah, right? Gotta earn that money,
Yeah.
that money pool back up.
Okay, so so with that, they take the horses, they put them off into the stables, and they begin to take care of them, clean them, and feed them, and all that good stuff. As you make your way inside the tavern, it is rowdy. There are a lot of people here, and there is a lot going on. As soon as you enter, you can see that there is people moving back and forth, drinks and platters of food being served. This is a busy place. This is a large tavern too. So as you begin to make your way up toward the top, right near the bar where you can see there seems to be the innkeeper is at, you can hear the band begin to pick up as you're making your way in. As you make your way up to the front, you can see that there is a portly tiefling man. You can see that he has 2 horns that sort of curl back and around, pointed up and out, almost like ram's horns. He has this deep green complexion and has this large mustache that's kind of curled off to each side. And his hair is slicked over to one side, where you can tell that he's maybe starting to bald a little bit, but he's doing the best he can to cover it up. He's kind of over-accentuating his mustache. There's a clean white apron on with a deep brown shirt that's kind of rolled up at the sleeves. And as the 5 of you approach, he says,
Oh, well, welcome to the Crooked Hat Inn. It's great to have guests such as yourself. Are you looking for a room for the night, just some food, or how may I be of service to you?
Yuri will like nudge Lila, and then
Yeah.
in sync they'll do the thing. They're powerful and introduce themselves and be like, the pleasure's all yours.
It's all yours, yes. Like in a low bend down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally Alfred was in the middle of extending his hand forward and just retracts his hand slowly.
Oh, well, I didn't realize I was in such esteemed company, of course. I suppose the pleasure is mine. Well, pleasure's always mine with paying customers. Oh, well, of course, I do have to inform you, there are a few patrons who've still yet to leave their rooms that are going to be leaving at the night, so right now we actually don't have any open rooms, but if you take a seat, I'd be more than happy to let you know as soon as the rooms are cleared out for you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Ah, good.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Nice to
So
meet you.
appreciate it.
Oh, of course, happy to be of assistance. Sorry we couldn't have something immediately. Hopefully we'll be able to get something figured out for you. Just so you know, lots of people traveling, which is great for business, but prices are a little more competitive. So if you're looking for a room to stay, it'll be 1 gold a room per night. So for the group of you, you're probably looking at 2 rooms, so 2 gold a night.
It's perfect. Thank you so much.
Oh,
And
of
she
course.
will she'll just do a bow again and turn to Alfie
another
and
bow.
wink at him.
And Lila will curtsy you, just kind of mimicking her, whatever she does.
Very nice. Well, if you can find an open seat, I believe there are some back there behind the stage. Not a very good view of the performers. Well, I guess it depends what performers you're looking at from behind, right? Sorry. So you can sit back there. There should be some open tables back there, and there should be somebody over to see if you need any food or drink in the meantime.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Please enjoy your stay at the Crooked Hat. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to come and find me. Name's Buford.
Okay, thank you so much.
Aye, of course.
And then I'll walk away, and Yuri's just watching Nalfi.
Like I said, he was the moment you guys both started to introduce yourself, he was already halfway with his hand extended to shake this dude's hand. But it just slowly retracted and his mouth is just uh-huh. And as soon as Buford walks away, Nalf's just gonna kinda like put his hand on his sword belt and just kinda look at the two of them. Alright, so what's the joke here?
Lila will just wrap her kind of forcibly, but not by force, kind of do the whole wrap the arm in arm kind of thing with Nalfi and be like, it's just for fun. I just learned a little bit about how you used to introduce yourself, and I thought it was just the cutest thing ever.
It was a little funny.
I
Nalf
mean,
will look at Twig like,
if I'm being entirely honest now, man, I thought it was pretty funny too.
Yuri's just beaming. She's like, ha.
It's only funny because it was nowhere near as good as when I do it.
Well,
Thank you
I don't
very
know
much.
if that's exactly true, but if that makes you feel better now, Fian, think whatever you want.
You know, Ross, you always know what to say. Let's find a table.
Well.
He's like trying not to laugh at himself.
Trying not to, that's funny.
I'm a night now. I mean, it's fine. Stumbles under his breath as he walks away.
Night now, it's whatever.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, but he's like withholding a grin as he says it, and kind of like I guess go over to a table that's empty.
Yeah. So you head over to, you are able to find one empty table that is large
Wait.
enough for...
Wait.
Huh?
Nalfian is going to make sure everybody waits, and he is going to pull out everyone's seat for each person at the table. 'cause it's a table full of lovely ladies, so he's going to be chivalrous, damn it.
What should be booth seating so you can't.
No, this is it is a round table with chairs right behind the stage.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Moves the wall
Yuri's-
for us.
Yuri's on a streak today, so can I pull his chair out when he sits down?
Oh.
With telekinesis.
Like
So
out
I
from
can
under
come
him?
out. Yeah.
Oh, so not being kind. Being a dick. Okay.
So he just falls.
Okay, but Nalfian is Dexy AF.
Yes.
Can he try to catch
Yes,
himself?
he can. Yeah,
Thank
make a
you.
dexterity saving throw. The chair is ripped out from underneath you. You hear it.
Bitch, I put your fucking chair
Grab
out.
it.
You
Eat
also-
some of your ass again.
You also know
modifier.
Yuri's signs when she's doing the telekinesis. You can
Oh
kind of
yeah, I
recognize
know.
it.
Trust
Yeah.
me, I know.
Not a high
Okay, well,
DC.
well,
but-
let's-
She looks away, but her eyes light up.
I rolled a 15, but
15.
I want to know what my fucking modifier is, though.
Oh,
No, let me give a modifier on
Oh,
that.
okay. All right.
I know my dex is pretty spicy, okay?
You see Yuri's
I-
tattoos glow a little bit.
+5, yeah, that's an unnatural 20.
You bitch.
Yes.
That's right.
That is more than enough to be able to save yourself. So you immediately grab onto the back as you're kind of like your legs are like bent at this 90-degree angle as you're just barely hanging onto the chair.
His tall ass, too.
Yeah. You bend upward, holding the chair in your hands, and firmly place the chair on your rear end, and then sit down. As opposed to
we
sitting
need to
down.
take this outside.
Lila's definitely gonna like try and like cover her like laugh or snort laugh with her hands.
Oh man, sounds like fighting words, Eurydice. I'd be careful. Tread lightly.
Eurydice just like looks at him and goes, "What? No, I was sat over here. I wasn't anywhere near your chair."
He just narrows his eyes at her.
I can vouch for that. She didn't get up from her seat at all.
Blossom,
Exactly.
you know, what is this? Just looks at her.
What is what? We have a very kind, loving relationship now, Fian. That's how
You
I
two
like
were
to look
acting
at it.
Weird when we were at Talitha's house as well.
I was acting weird.
Well, both of you really.
What do you mean
Lila's
acting weird?
eyes are just gonna get real big if she's not gonna say anything.
Oh, Nalthea now understands. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm never weird.
Never weird, huh?
I
Yeah.
think
That's interesting.
for those of us who drink, a round of wine would be very ideal, just to take the edge off a little bit.
Lila, you have never spoken more true words.
So as the five of you are talking back and forth, there is a half-orc woman, very beautiful, long, like raven hair, these very crystal clear blue eyes, makes her way over. Very finely dressed. She approaches and says, "Hello, welcome to the Crooked Hat Inn. Is there anything you'd like to eat or drink for the evening?"
I think we could definitely use, and she's gonna like kind of point to everyone, 5 wines? 5?
Would you just like 5 glasses and a pitcher?
Oh, that would be great, thank you.
Something for Twig here would be great.
Oh, of course, little one. What are you thinking? Just some water? Some milk, maybe?
I'm fine with just water. I don't know if you guys have fruit.
Mainly only in breakfast area. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure to save you a cup in the morning. But sadly, we don't have anything freshly prepared at night. Just wine, ale, some harder liquors, and water. And milk.
Oh, well, what is okay then?
Water. All right. So 4 wines, 1 water. Bring the pitcher. Thinking anything for food? We have, let's see, some beef stew. We also have some freshly grilled lamb. Let's see, what else? Oh, we also have fresh baked rolls. Sorry. Drinking a little on the job tonight. It's been a rough one.
How about how about an order of rolls and one of the meats? Yeah?
Sure. You got it. All right. I'll be right back with those as soon as they're ready.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay.
Love role playing, just being at a restaurant.
Yep.
I do too. It's so wholesome.
Yep. Well, especially after last session, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's necessary. Okay. So with that, yeah, you guys are definitely. What is this place? Oh, it's hard because not all of you are from the same place in the world. This is like. It's like a nice local restaurant, you know, like
Yeah.
like I can say this because Felicity and Kayla, you guys both live in Fort. It's got like a very Casas feel, you know.
Hell yeah.
Like it's
Aw,
not
fuck
nearly
yeah.
as busy as
So this
like
bread's about to be bombs. What
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah. So like for Gemma and River, Casas is like an Italian restaurant, but it's like locally owned, and it's like a locally owned chain. So it's like kind of
Right.
fast, but and it's not super nice, but it's like nice, you know. Everybody's friendly, you know.
It's like nicer than Applebee's, but not like a really like ritzy restaurant whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like a cheesecake.
Which do you guys have
factory.
Applebee's? I don't know. I might have just said
No.
some more
No.
bullshit. Okay. No, they
Ruby
already have-
Tuesdays, Chili's.
Outback Steakhouse.
Others, none of the above.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like
It's fine. I know what places are.
Anyway, it is a nice enough restaurant, but it's not like you're not underdressed right now. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so with that, as all of you are sort of chit-chatting and just talking about whatever, eventually the wine is brought back, and then maybe 10, 15 minutes later, there's a meat tray with several different prepared meats, whether they be like sort of sliced lamb or like pork belly, things like that. Just a collection of meats, along with some bread.
Any cheese or anything?
And yeah, there's some cheeses
They
on there
can have
too.
something other than bread
Mhm.
and water.
Yeah,
Sad meal.
it's like a little meat
Okay,
and cheese
cool.
tray, and there are some
Okay, good.
collection of vegetables on there as well, like the
Okay,
little
good,
like
good, nice.
cherry tomatoes, you know, little Roman
She's a
tomatoes.
fucking rabbit, apparently, but yeah.
Hey man, she's got good berry prepared. She doesn't need shit.
Okay, good.
So with that, the woman will set the food down, and she'll say, "So, is there anything else you all need before I?" Wait, that was Blossom.
I was like, interesting.
Thanks, Blossom.
I'm sorry. Is there anything else any of you need before I head back? I'll come back and check on you, but this is good for now.
Just update on the rooms when you can.
Of course. And if you need me, need to get my attention, my name's Alexia. All right?
Thank
All
you.
right.
Of course. All right. Enjoy your food and enjoy your wine. And, little one, enjoy your water. And she'll walk off with that. So, as all of you are just sort of snacking on your meats and cheeses and your little vegetables and your bread rolls. The bread rolls are very good. They are freshly baked. The type of bread where, like, when you...
Oil dip.
Yeah. A little oil dippy stuff. But when you, like, rip into it, the steam rises from inside. Yeah, it's good bread.
Good.
So, as all of you were sitting there eating and drinking, as you're just sort of middle of conversation, there is a person that approaches your table and just kind of, there's like one empty chair, and they kind of approach it, and you can see this woman, Elvin, deep brown skin, almost like more of like a caramel copper color, big curly black hair that is like double the size of her face, coming up and over and around to her shoulders. She has this big smile, and she says, hi there. Would you mind if I just sit with you for a moment? I'm trying to avoid somebody, and I just don't want them to come and try and talk to me. Is that all right?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Come on over.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. And there's this woman that sits down in front of all of you. Thank you so much. I honestly cannot tell you how thankful I am. And she has these big eyes, and they are this sort of like golden brown color as the candlelight is kind of shining into them. Right now she's wearing like a tunic of like light, like very pale blues and trimmed with navy with this sort of gold scroll work on it. As she just kind of sits and pulls out her own like little mug from a bag that she has, and she kind of points at the pitcher of wine. Do you mind if I have
Oh, please do.
She'll kind of put a silver
wait,
down on the table.
Why are people looking for you?
Oh, well, she kind of pours the wine. Well, you know, some people, they think that I stole from them, and that's not true at all. I would never do anything like that.
Inside check.
Yeah, make an
Yeah, I was
insight
about
check.
to say, can I insert?
Yeah.
Yeah, Drake's just concernedly looking at Nalfian.
Lila and
fine.
Felicity were both like, yeah, probably an ex-boyfriend is what she's Oopsie daisy.
It's only a 14 for now.
14? Okay.
Not his best.
Yours was a 5, so.
Well, maybe this is best.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, she seems pretty honest. And she continues and she says, you know, it's just some people, when they see a Gleeman come to town, they see the tricky fingers, the sleight of hand, the slip, the trade. They see it all and they're like, oh, yeah. Well, that coin purse that I had that disappeared definitely wasn't some street
I'm
rat
sorry,
running by.
but Miss, I didn't catch your name,
Oh, Mira.
Mira. No disrespect, I'm just not from around here. What is a gleeman?
You don't know what a gleeman is?
I do not.
Well, I consider me lucky to be the first person to tell you about this wonderful profession that I find myself having the great honor to live in every single day of my life. A gleeman is a type of. It's kind of like being a bard. I'm a storyteller, I'm a musician, I'm a poet, I'm an artist, but more so than that, I travel. I go from place to place. I don't really have a home. I just kind of go wherever I feel like I need to, wherever I feel like there's stories being told. And, well, I'm being kind of honest, there was like 10 other tables that I could have sat at, but you all look interesting, to say the least. And I do not mean that in a bad way. So I go where I think stories are. So,
Wait, but you're not gonna try and steal from us then?
No, sweetheart. And honestly, believe me, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have sat down at your table.
Are you performing here tonight, then?
I haven't decided yet. It's a little quaint. It's a little small. The audience, they're a little aggressive. Like I said, I was kind of cornered outside, somebody saying that I stole from them. So, I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Who thinks that you stole from them? Exactly.
Oh, there's this big old brute outside. Apparently, he went to one of the guards, and the guards tried to talk to me, and I said that I didn't take anything. I let them look through my things. They didn't find anything. But this big oaf, I think he's a farmer from nearby, just trying to get his rocks off. You know, probably feels small and, like, just in the grand scheme of things, and they see somebody coming into town who's different than them, and they're like, well, you know what? I'm going to make this person regret coming here, and I'm not having that. So I don't know. Some of the people seem nice, so I don't really want to punish them for the actions of one person, but I don't know.
Have you talked to the barmaid? Are you gonna get paid for your performance?
No, I haven't even told them that I'm here. I don't know. I just wanted to stake the place out for a little bit longer.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. So,
Well-
enough about me. What brings all of you here? That's really what I'm interested in.
Well, we're just kind of passing through on our way to Hearthcrest. They're kind of bringing me back that direction. I'm from Hearthcrest, and I left to kind of do some research, but that's kind of done with right now. So
Yeah. No offense, but I'm assuming you mean from the college, right? You don't seem like a soil of the earth type of person. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just your fingernails do not say soil of the earth.
Oh no, I'm glad you noticed that. Yeah, no, definitely the college.
Gotcha. Good. Yeah, you wear it well. There are some people that I've met from the college, and boy, I avoid them like a fire.
I mean, large population of people, not everyone's going to be great. You know how that is. So
True. And So, just heading to Hearthcrest just to read a book? Or is there a bigger reason?
well, I mean, who knows where we'll go next, every day brings something new, but I just need to touch base with my father. He's one of the headmasters there, so just kind of report my findings. I'm actually working on my final thesis, so pretty excited about that.
Wow, that is riveting. Really. What are you studying in this thesis?
Well, and she's going to go on about the stars. I'm not going to sit here and bore everybody. She's not really going to go into too much detail about like what she found with the stars, because she's going to say something along the lines of finish it with, and I would tell you everything. However, I really want my findings to be in my name. So I will send you my final report once it's complete. I don't know where I should send it to, but
if I want to read it, I'll come back and I'll find it.
that's fair. But yeah, I'm not
Sounds
completely
interesting,
done.
though.
So I want to do a whole thing. I don't really want to like start giving out my little nuggets of information before it's done. So
Yeah, you got to keep your nuggets to yourself, They're your nuggets. I get that. So, what about the rest of you? Are all of you just her entourage for her thesis?
Well, you know, I am a knight after all, so it's my duty
Oh,
to.
are you tall, dark, and handsome?
Well, I am that too. But it is my duty to protect people, and she needed a little escorting, so here I am.
Hmm. Well, what a brave and valiant knight you are.
You'll
Actually,
accept that compliment.
I can't help but notice your cloak. If I'm not mistaken, that's the sigil of House Forrester, isn't it?
You are correct.
Oh, glad to know that my history and book learning hasn't worn off since I left school. So, a knight of House Forrester, huh? That's pretty interesting.
Well, you're looking at him, so
So, where is Lady Forrester then? Oh, brave and valiant knight. Or Lord, I suppose. Could be anybody.
Nalpian is not going to respond immediately if Twig doesn't say anything. So if there's like a moment and it becomes too awkward, he'll speak up. Well, you know, it's not extremely safe for the lady to be just traveling the roads. So I was sent on leave to help escort Lila here back to the college. So she is back where it's safe. Rebuilding.
Rebuilding. So rebuilding has already begun, and what would that be? Let me see. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. See, that would be west of Isinalor, right along the mountain range, borders of Tarkir and Iverion. Oh, what is it called now? Hosron's Hollow, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Rebuilding, getting her people back together. You know.
It's good
But
to
she
hear.
has that handled, so here I am doing some good in the world.
Any of the stories that I've read about House Forrester, they seem like good people.
The best.
Well, good. Good, good, good.
Nothing is trying so hard to read this girl, but I don't know. Is he like picking up anything weird?
No?
Okay.
If Kayla's not, then Nalfian isn't.
Okay, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I just met her, so I'm just kind of
Yeah.
like not trying to give her too much information, and I
No, of
definitely don't
course.
want to just drop who Twig is, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get you. And you two kind of looking back between Blossom and Yuri. Blossom will go, oh, well, I'm just, I'm also a bard. Not necessarily a gleeman. That's not my cup of tea. I don't know. I don't really like traveling all that much. I like staying as close to home as I can. And I like looking for stories, too. I like looking for stories about valor and bravery. And I found that these people right here know a lot about that, so that's why I'm sticking around them. Ah, well, good. Nice to know that I'm in fellow company. A fellow storyteller. Finally, you. I have to say, I just want to say right off the bat, those tattoos are beautiful.
Thank you. And she's gonna like reach out and kind of like shake her hand, like kind of let us hear it because they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he's gonna say, yeah, so I kind of went along with, well, my name's Yuri, but I went along with Lila, because I'm from the College of Hawkrest as well, but I did a different kind of course of study, and I just kind of wanted to come along and see what she found as well, because we're friends. That's how I ended up in this. It's her thesis, but I just kind of went along.
So, kind of like an academic assistant, just helping out whenever she needs it, proofread papers, talk about notes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man. Well, quite the team the two of you must make, I'm sure.
Oh, you have no idea.
No, guess I don't. I am just kind of curious. I mean, I understand that going to the college, there can be reasons for doing a million different things and studying a million different things, but what was it that you studied? Yuri, right?
Yeah, it was kind of herbalism and plants and nature. So
Oh.
you kind of study a bit of a range of stuff, but then you sort of specialize, and I went into herbs. And
It's really interesting. So herbs and then astronomy. It's an
less
interesting
so
combination.
astronomy. I just thought I'd help Lila, because Lila's my friend, and she was going to interesting places. So I thought I'd go along and see if there was any interesting.
You never know, right?
She was incredibly useful. I would have definitely eaten something poisonous without her.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
there's some of them can be very, very tricky.
That is true. I had to learn that the hard way. Oof. There was one time well, yeah, never mind. We don't need my personal stories. Can't be giving those out away for free anymore. But, well, very interesting. And I absolutely love that. And then I can tell that you're probably shaking in your boots over there, but I'm still curious what a small girl such as yourself, you can't be more than 15 or 16 years old, can you?
15.
15? Oh, well, of course. So, what are you doing out with these mature and brave adventurers? A knight of House Forrester? The daughter of one of the headmasters of the College of Hearthcrest? A friend of the daughter of the headmaster of Hearthcrest? A satyr? What are you doing with all of these people?
Well, I mean, there's a Kingdoms and Castles tournament in Hearthcrest, and, well, I'll hopefully be competing in that.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck in that tournament. There are a lot of very
We
competitive
don't
people to
usually
go.
do this. It's a little bit not common, but this is my daughter, and I didn't want to leave her behind. And she really wanted to go to the tournament, so if I was going to be out this way with these two ladies, I figured she would come along with us. Nothing's very much trying to cover for Twig's very shaky answer.
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Fuck, drop my phone.
I thought that was the
We were
dice.
just like subconsciously.
No,
she's
that was
went
no,
live.
no.
And she just like look at Mouth like what when he says that.
Hold on, I rolled an 18, but I want to add my
Wow.
persuasion because I don't trust this lady. I mean, I do, but I don't. Okay, plus 3. 21.
Okay.
Right, that's math, yeah.
Oh, well, I wish you would have led with that.
Well,
Well, such a brave and valiant knight, taking his daughter with him to see the world and to go to a Kingdoms and Castles tournament of all things. Not only that, but from Hazron's Hollow, where House Forrester is, that is a long journey to make just to play some cards. I mean, I guess
well,
the
when
prize...
you're as good as she is,
Oh, is she good?
the best.
Well...
Can I insight check to see if she's believing all of like our lies? And...
We haven't
yeah.
really lied. I mean, until now.
I mean, I fucking lied.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not even a lie. Like, they're not
From
like
the College
I-
of Hearthcrest I studied at.
well,
Yeah, that was all a lie.
Yeah,
mm.
there's a lot of lies
Yeah.
going around.
Make an
Yeah.
insight check.
Okay, all right, you're right.
17.
17. There is I don't know, with how she's interacting with all of you and how she's talking and how she's looking at you, there's a little bit of knowing to the way that she's responding and interacting with all of you. Where she's not sure what exactly is a lie, but you can tell that she recognizes that some of what you're saying is definitely not honest. But she's not
Yeah.
pressing it.
Okay.
I
Yuri's
mean,
gonna like lean forward and she's gonna say, "So where have you been on your travels? Have you seen anywhere nice? You plans much?"
Well, as a gleeman, I'm still not really new to this, but I haven't exactly been too many places off of Eridane, which you can tell by my my cloak. It's a little bit a lot of cool tones on it, a lot of what's representative of Iverion and Tarkir and the Salamander Coast. I haven't been to Macavia yet. I'd like to go there, and then I'd like to set out on Stitia's domain, see what's out there. I'd love to go to a Farah. Oh, or even Thrall or Cartasia, to see the massive city beetles moving across the desert sands. Ah, I can just imagine it. And you see her kind of get lost in a painting in her own eyes.
Lila's gonna pour more wine in her glass and then offer to pour more wine in Mira's glass, trying to just like have that keep going.
Oh.
Maybe get her a little loose.
Yeah, of course. Please and thank you. Oh. And I've heard of this place on the southern borders of the material plane, Lyodin. A land covered by ice and snow, where stepping outside of a fire, you could freeze to death in a matter of minutes. That sounds so exciting and thrilling. Imagine what it must look like. What is there? What curse happened? What great evil lays underneath the ice that causes that entire place to be twisted into so much turmoil? I'd love to see it. Yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
Also, does Lila know anything about Lyodin?
Make a history check. You would know a little bit, so regardless of what you roll, you're going to get a little bit. But to see if you maybe studied some. 15. Okay.
You said history, right?
History, yeah. Now, Fiona, while she's rolling that, no more than what you normally get when you're in a room. You know, it doesn't seem like anybody
I
is.
just don't know if there's any like lingering.
No, nothing lingering. Just most people being like, "Oh, that's an interesting table of people." Oh well, and then they just kind of go on with whatever they were doing.
Cool. I got a 24.
Okay. So yeah, you would have read and heard about Lyodin in probably a geography class that you would have taken. You would have talked about towards the end of the semester these sort of magical anomalies around the material plane. Whether that be, floating islands within the Gemstone Archipelago or constant shifting sands and pillars within the Bloody Mesa of Afera. And then finally, the icy prison that is Lyodin. So many scholars have sort of talked about and tried to reason as to why the lands are locked in that icy turmoil. But there's really been nothing that's been conclusive, nothing that's been proven. Because anytime anybody has ever tried to go into Lyodin deeper than those like few port cities along the edge, they are never seen or heard from again. So anything related to why it is the way that it is pure speculation.
Oh, Lyodin would be absolutely interesting. I'm too nervous to venture out there personally, but gosh, am I not curious.
Well, here, I'll make you a deal. You finish your manuscript. Your thesis. There we go, that's the word. You finish your thesis. That finds its way to me, and then whatever I find in Lyodin, I'll make sure that gets to you.
Let's toast to that. And she's going to top her wine off a little bit more.
Oh, well, thank you. Being very generous with the drinks. I appreciate that. Who knows? Maybe I will perform here tonight.
I hope you do. And then she'll take a sip.
So, tell me, all of you have been traveling for a while, some of you a little bit longer than others, sort of looking to you, Twig, and giving a small laugh. So I'm kind of curious. What is the most exciting thing you've seen on your journey? I think we all have it, right? That one thing where it was a moment where everything changed for us. We saw this thing and it was impressive or massive, or it was so infinitely small that it blew us away.
Well, probably my most exciting stuff is going to go in my thesis. So let me think about maybe the second most exciting things I've seen.
Oh, boo.
Sorry, I'm going to answer your question at some point, I promise.
All right. Well, don't all speak at once. Came to this table expecting to hear some stories.
Go ahead.
Yuri will instead just be like, well, probably lucky. And she's gonna kind of like, I don't know, gesture or call lucky and get this little ferret made of fire to stand on her shoulder.
Oh, hi there. Oh my goodness, that thing talks.
He does.
Yeah, I do.
He's very nice.
I talk a lot. In fact, I think sometimes I talk too much, but then the moments I start thinking I talk too much, I kind of say, well, nobody's told me to be quiet yet, so I'll just keep talking.
I think
Wow.
you talk a perfect amount.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, that is very interesting, actually.
Yeah, he's very lovely.
Seems lovely. Well, that is definitely something very interesting.
Well, when I was traveling in the Underdark for quite some time, um, you say some really crazy shit down there. Not gonna lie. But I think most interesting, and not to brag or anything. Um, these monsters down there. They're called hook horrors, and they're these large beasts. They have beaks for mouths and these huge hook-like hands and sharp as hell. They're blind, which I think is pretty interesting, and they hunt mainly by scent. But if you're quiet enough and you're quick enough, and you can take one out. You might have seen a couple. You might have fought a few.
Live to tell the tale, I see.
Well, if you can survive the Underdark, you can survive anywhere.
Very interesting. Hook horrors, you say?
That's right.
Okay, I just remembered.
Oh.
My third year, I believe. So, yes, my third year at Hearthcrest. So not quite like the university level, but like the primary school. I discovered that my one professor was a werewolf. It was like this whole thing. It felt like a semester-long ordeal, and it was like all the secrecy and back and forth with my friends, and like, should we tell anybody? They're a great person, but then they're a werewolf.
Oh my
so,
goodness. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
it was quite the adventure. They're good now. They handled it very well, but it was
that's good to
that was
hear.
the drama of the year.
Wow. You know, it's always strange how you would think at a magical college they would have some type of vetting system for magical things like that.
You would think, but
You would
it
think,
feels
yeah.
like every year something new
Something
was like
happened.
almost like a plot point that just was a semester, like the whole year long. Very
Yeah,
aggressive too. So
Yeah, that's odd. I mean, it probably wasn't that obvious, right? It's not like his name was like Professor Lupin, right? That would be too on the nose.
well, Professor Lupa, so kinda.
Oh my goodness. Your father may be the headmaster, but I think they need a new management.
What about you?
Yeah.
Tell us about you. What's the most exciting thing you've ever seen? I mean, you are so worldly and well-traveled.
Well, worldly, I don't know if I would say that, but well-traveled, yes. I would say, oh my goodness. Okay, I've got it. There was a moment when I had left White Harbor. I'd done most of my exploring and most of my traveling as a gleeman in Tarkir and Iverion, and I was so afraid to leave to go to the Salamander Coast. And I wanted to go somewhere completely different than what I'd ever been to before. So, I figured that the Western Salamander, that's so close to White Harbor, that's so close to what I already know, and Brahmsgrove and Bella Clara, they are, while different than Iverion and Tarkir, they're still so similar in a lot of ways. So I decided that the first place I would go to would be Atarashi. I had heard such interesting stories about the great warriors and generals and the great art that had come from there that I just had to see it myself. And there was a moment where I arrived on the smallest island. I think it was... I forget which one of the clans it was. But I had gotten off on the smallest island, and I remember the moment that I left out of the hull of the ship. And I stepped out, and I could see this massive rocky island, like a mountain erupting out of the sea. And I've wondered where all the people were. Where were the cities? Where were the towns? I didn't know. I couldn't see them until a sailor saw me looking with this look of bewilderment on my face and pointed at these hundreds of different small things popping out of the rock. And there were these colored slate, reds and greens and purples and blues. And I could see windows, and then I could start to see these little terraces and these small bridges connecting all of these different things. They had built their city inside these narrow, skinny mountains with bridges connecting on the outside and on the inside. A city that is an impenetrable fortress. And the moment I saw that, and then the moment when I walked in, and I could see for hundreds of feet up into the air, as soon as I walked into that mountainside, I could see the life, these floating lanterns constantly shifting and changing color. I could see people jumping from one ledge to the other, running around, flying these gliders across the interior of this mountain. And I just remember being so caught up in the beauty that I stood there for an hour. And I watched it all happen. I just took it all in, the life of the city. And honestly, I never wanted to leave. But not a Gleeman's job. A Gleeman's job is to look, to write down, to tell their stories, to spread those great tales of different heroes from time, to sing their songs, and then to move on to the next place.
That must have been incredible.
Oh, it was. It was. I think that whenever I retire, I'll go back.
That's a great idea.
You know, sadly, I've got another 200 years before I can even think about retiring, so I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind.
Early retirement.
That is a good idea.
I've never really traveled far at all. The farthest I traveled was with this group for my research. So I'm hoping to make that more of a regular thing. I'd like to really see everything. Hearthcrest is great, but I'm tired of reading about these wonderful things in books. I want to see it and experience it.
You know, Lila, I think that were you not such a studious, well-spoken young woman, I think that you would make a great Gleeman.
Oh, that would be fun. Maybe in a different lifetime.
There you go. Well, you know what? All of you have changed my mind. I'm going to perform here tonight.
Yes. Can't wait to hear it.
Thank you for the drinks, and thank you for the stories. Good luck with your mission, Nalfian Forester, Brave Knight. Good luck with your research paper. Good luck with collecting those stories, and, well, young lady, stay safe, all right? Right. Farewell. Good tidings to all of you, and hope you stick around for the performance.
Safe travels.
Nalfin will nod.
With that, she kind of bends over to a satchel that she set down next to her chair. She undoes a couple of clasps, and you can see her pull out this cloak. It is exactly as she described. It has a lot of cool colors on it, blues and greens and teals, along with a few whites and blacks. This multicolored patchwork cloak that she throws around her neck and clasps on. As soon as she does, there are like 15, 20 people that are in the audience that just kind of look, and they begin to whisper. And she looks up to all of you, and she's like, that's why I don't wear the stupid thing most of the time. I hate having eyes on me like that, especially when I'm not performing. I just want people to treat me like a normal person most of the time. She clasps the book bag, slings it around her shoulder, says, well, farewell. She'll stand, she'll leave, walking towards the thing. And I'll go ahead and share her art now. I just didn't want to share without the cloak. There you go.
I'm doing shit now.
Cute.
As soon as she gets up and leaves, Joy just like gives a big like breath out. It's just been like holding onto it that whole time, just like, I don't know who this person is.
Well, I mean, she seemed nice, right?
Yeah.
Never
although
be
she
too
definitely
careful.
didn't buy everything that we said, but she didn't seem to press it, so.
Yeah, well, what stranger's gonna tell you the full truth, right?
Yeah.
I do think we all just stick to that story, though. Better safe than sorry, so we're not mixing up stories.
I think that's a great idea. It's pretty solid too.
It is.
Might be
Good
best
job we
to
talk
stick.
so much about Halfcrest now. It's-
Does anybody was there anybody watching her when she left our table, Joe?
Oh, a lot of people were yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's
Yeah.
a little hard to discern. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as
no
she put on the
worries.
cloak, there was a good amount of people that were staring at her.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Cool. So all of you continue to sit and eat and snack. Eventually, your Alexia, the half-orc woman, she does come back and she says, "I wanted to let all of you know your rooms are ready, and I was told to give you your 2 keys right here." And she sets both of them on the table, lets you kind of decide which rooms. They're on the 3rd floor. They're a little bit smaller, but they're the only ones we had available. All right.
That should
There
be
are
alright.
2 beds in each room, and I was able to set up an extra cot in there for whoever is unlucky enough to sleep on it. I tried to put some extra pillows in there for you, so hopefully it's comfy enough.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll take the cot.
Oh, well, traveling with one of the good ones you are, ladies.
I try to tell them that. Nothing, just kind of gives her a smile.
And that. Alexia will laugh and she'll head off.
What time is it? Is it like super late? Or
At this point, it's probably 9 o'clock, not super late.
oh, okay.
Who's sleeping where?
Well, I guess I have a cozy cot waiting for me.
Mm-hmm. Do you wanna just do it, Nalf, Twig, Blossom, and then just Yuri and Lila in the other room?
Yeah, just when Nelf hears Blossom, it'll be just a little twinge to his
Oh.
mouth.
Well, look at that, Nalfi, and we're bunkmates again. Oh,
Oh.
cool. You got
No,
Twig in there to
Yuri
protect you
fully
this time.
knew what she was doing. And she had it in her eyes.
I wouldn't dream of rooming with anyone else.
Oh, you are
I don't
too
understand why you keep doing this
sweet.
weird thing.
What do you mean?
Blossom will pat on Nalfian's hand and be like, "I don't know what she's talking about. Weird thing to you."
I'm starting to believe her more and more.
I mean, Eurydice and Lila, you see it too, right?
Which thing exactly?
I don't know, it's weird.
Listen, Twig,
Unfortunately,
sweetheart, I love you, but I don't know if you are the best judge of what is weird or not. And I say that with a lot of love for you, sweetie.
Do you mean the thing he keeps doing with his mouth, or?
I think
what is
he's
that supposed to mean?
I think he's trying to smile, Eurydice. I think that's what that is.
All right. It's an old saying where I'm from. What they're doing, my dear, is they're busting my balls right now. And,
Oh, watch your language in front of the child.
I didn't know a better way to explain it.
Giving you a hard time? What are you?
All right, you know what?
I
Alex,
think
that's
I
what-
might just go back to the room.
Are you sure?
This is definitely weird.
Well, let me at least walk you up there. Nothing gives a pleading look.
Yuri's like, I don't fucking know. We're gonna just give a yeah, sure look.
Okay. he
We're
will
gonna say no, fuck you.
Nothing will take her by the hand and just excuse himself from the table. He'll just shoot Blossom a dirty look. Like you bitch. And then
Wow.
like upstairs. I don't love it. This is all playful. Okay? Mostly.
As soon as Nalfian's out of earshot, Lila will look over to Yuri and Lila and say, "Do you think I'm too hard on him?"
I'm I'm a little lost, not gonna lie.
Yeah, so am I. I don't know what twig means exactly.
I don't know either. I'm just listen. Nalfian has a little bit of confidence and bravado, and Twig's not gonna call him out on it. Twig thinks the world of him. So I saw you doing it, Eurydice, and so I thought I'd start picking on him a little bit too. And then you two did that, and so now it's giving me confirmation that that's what we're here to do. We're here to keep him level. You know, don't want the knighthood
I
going
thought it
to his
was a
head.
Great idea. I mean, Lila suggested it, and I thought it was a great idea, and then we just kind of kept going. I don't know why Twig's so bothered.
Don't know either.
Maybe she seems like she's a person that really enjoys balance and peace. Maybe she's thinking that it's not all in fun. Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably better just to ask her.
Yeah, but I don't know. All she kept saying was, "This is weird. This is weird. This is weird." And weird doesn't mean bad. Weird is just weird.
Yeah,
Sometimes weird can be good.
exactly. So I'm not sure what she was referencing exactly, but I guess we'll just have to try and get her to explain a bit more than it was weird.
All right. You know what? Maybe next tavern we stay at, we can have like a little girls' night.
Oh yeah, the three of us. That'd be great.
Yeah. No, like with Twig.
Oh duh. Yes, with Twig, all of us.
Yeah, all of us.
I thought you meant like the three of us in one room and
Well-
then those two.
Well, yeah. Of course, I'd love to do that, darling, but you know, we.
The Felicity was confused. Ah.
Gotta
Is
be.
Alfie gonna be okay excluded from the girls' night?
Oh, I think that he can handle one night.
Oh, what should we do for the girls' night? Shopping, nails, hair,
I don't think
just
Twig will.
dancing.
No, not with Twig. No.
To be fair, Twig is a big fan of the hair thing.
Hair
Like
thing,
that
yeah.
I think would be a
Yeah.
good idea.
Or what about like a spa day?
Spa day. Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That might
Although
be
we're
a
a bit
good
limited on our resources in that regard, but it's possible.
Or I mean, what are things that Twig likes to do? She seems very interested in books. I saw her around the small library Talitha had. So
We could
We
go and
could-
get flowers and stuff. There's lots and lots of greenery around here. We could go out and
Mm.
we could pick some flowers and we can have scenery and do the
wait, why
hair.
don't we go to like a lavender farm? I think there's one somewhere between here and Hearthcrest.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah.
That would
some-
be so fun.
And also sometimes the taverns along the way they have like little butterfly gardens too.
Oh my gosh. I think that's the way we do it.
Yes. And at some point we make flower crowns. And they
There we
will be
go.
lovely.
We'll do flower crowns.
Flower clowns.
We'll do flower clowns. No, god damn it. We'll do
You know,
flower
he's gonna
crowns,
keep doing it.
flower crowns, and a butterfly garden.
And I know, she might not be as interested in like nails and hair, but we can do like maybe some like natural braiding with the flowers, and then some flowers we can even make some pigment for some like light natural makeup if we want to do that. I
Ooh,
don't know.
okay.
It could be fun.
I'm very lucky in that regard, and Yuri can just use disguise self to just suddenly have makeup
Oh,
or something,
come
like
on.
do her nails or something.
Listen,
It's fake.
if we're all
But
doing it, then you got to do it with us. Can't use any of this magic mumbo
It's
jumbo.
part of the bonding. It's not
Exactly.
about the product. It's how we all like have fun together.
Yeah.
I know. I was just switch back.
That is very convenient, though. I wish I had that because, gosh, I spend so much time just on all this.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, like when we went to the theater, I actually tried, and she will switch to how she looked when they went to the theater, like with the dress and everything.
Oh,
really
wow.
That is
You did the full 9 yards there, didn't you?
Well, now Fiona got the dress, but I
Oh.
I actually did the whole thing, so it wasn't just me cheating. I just switched back.
But now that I think about it, Nalfian and this big old group of girls, maybe we should do something for him at some point,
Yeah. All
What do
right.
you like?
Listen, I'm not. I'm not super proud of this, but when I was younger, before I met Eliza, I would have a tendency to go out on some pub crawls. Now,
I never done pub crawls, and that wasn't really my friends and mine scene, but we did throw some pretty wild parties.
okay. So
I can't
maybe
contribute to this. This is
we go on a little pub crawl with Nalfian.
Yeah, that might have to be one without Twig.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll prioritize the flower field / lavender farm. So that's maybe an orchard as well for Twig.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, those are like all of an option between here and Hearthcrest. And then if we run into a place that has some good pubs, we can just opportunize that. Or if we get to Hearthcrest before we reach any of those, we could just throw a pretty crazy party too. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh, and you know what? I just thought about something. How about when we do that Girls' Day out with Twig? Why don't, right? Because we don't want to exclude Nalfian for the entire day. So what if we make him be like a little chauffeur for all of us? Make him drive us around, open up doors for us.
Oh, that would be fun.
And I think that would be pretty hilarious.
Yes. He'd feel very knightly.
Oh,
But it
yes,
would
he
also be
would.
kinda
Yes,
funny.
he would.
He has some pretty nice hair too. We can braid his hair and stuff.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness, yes. All four of us at once trying to braid his hair. Do you realize how much he would hate it, but he couldn't say anything about it?
Yep, especially if Twig's there. So I am so down for this.
Oh, yep. All right. That's the plan. That's the move.
Beautiful.
Mwah. And at about this point, now me and you and Twig would have walked upstairs. And if there's anything you'd like to talk about while you're up there, you can do that. Or if you just wanted to walk her up there and come back down.
No, he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna walk her up there.
Okay.
He doesn't want her to think it's weird. He just... Delphi's never had an older sister who wasn't trying to murder him. And that's what he feels like the relationship he has with Blossom is.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. But he'll just kind of walk her upstairs. What do you say? It's like 9:30? 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 9:30, 10 o'clock, especially now.
Okay. He'll just kind of say, I guess I'll pick the room, and the room that has the yield cot in it. How are these rooms? Are they nice?
Yeah, they're pretty nice. You know, they're not big. It more so looks like they went for coziness and small coziness. So the beds, there's not a whole bunch of space. There's like a little aisleway between the two beds. There's a dresser and a little vanity table. And your cot is right in front of the other two beds.
Delightful. He'll just walk in and look at it. Yes. Sleeping like kings.
Well, I mean, in fairness, you have opted to sleep on the floor before, so
This
I
is
mean,
true.
I guess it's better than that.
You're right. Better than the floor. Alright. Do you want to play a round of Kingdoms and Castles before bed, or were you...
Her eyes would just light up.
I mean,
Alright,
if
that
you want
answers
to.
that. Alright, let's... You could at least go easy on me for the first few rounds. Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. And he will kind of arrange the rooms where they can set up a little game.
Okay. Twig wins.
I figured. Did she at least go easy on him?
And Twig's even trying to play bad.
Oh.
His misplaying cards. He doesn't really know when it's supposed to be played, and some of his cards are upside down half the time, not put
So
the right
Twig's
way.
deliberately try to set up things that Nalfian should be able to capitalize and best her on, and then he just doesn't see it, and so Twig's just okay, the opening was right there, but okay.
The sad thing is he's trying.
Yeah, he's really...
Not even trying to let her win. Alright, well, you're gonna do great at that tournament. Nothing to worry about. Hopefully, there'll be better players than me, but this is only like 5 minutes after they said they'd play. The game's already over.
Well, I just think you haven't got much practice.
Yeah,
I mean, I normally play against Eurydice, so it makes sense that you wouldn't be. I don't imagine that they, well, play Cadence of Castles in the Underdog, so,
No. I didn't even know it existed until recently, but at least you have Eurydice, at least she'll put up a fight, because this was, this isn't my skill. But that's alright. You're gonna do great. And he'll, like, pack up his sad deck. Alright, well, if you're sure that you're wanting to go to bed already. Do you need anything?
I'm all good.
Alright. He, like, goes to say something, but then doesn't, and then he'll just kind of, like, allow her to get into bed, and he'll just kind of do his little goodnight ritual.
I mean, she's not getting into bed quite yet. She'll be just planning out Kingdom and Castle strats, but
Okay, that's fine. Then he'll just give
she's
her
just sat there like on the bed with like the deck like spread out and just like
she's a little
just
nerd.
plotting.
Oh,
Yeah, a
I
little
love that so much.
organizing her little magic cards by converted mana cost. Like, okay, these are my 3 drops. These are my 4 drops. Okay, here's my mana. Here's my...
Yeah, so then he'll just kind of like kneel by the bed, very careful not to disturb her cards, and just tell her his good nights. And then he'll just say, and I'll probably only be about another hour or so, and I'll be right down there if you need me.
Okay.
Okay. Good night, little bird.
Good night.
He'll give her a smile and just close the door.
So, with that, Nalfian, as you head back downstairs, the music returns. It is still going on pretty bright and loud down here, and you can see Lila, Blossom, and Eurydice kind of all laughing and joking, sitting at the table with one another. And all 3 of you can see Nalfian come back downstairs after you've hatched your plan on chauffeur Nalfian and Flower Crown Day. So with that, Nalfian, as you rejoin them at the table, are the 4 of you, well, the 3 of you plus Blossom, talking about anything in particular, or just kind of like enjoying your night?
I don't have anything specific. I think it'll just be kind of general.
Yeah, Nalf's just kind of enjoying his drink, but he probably will only have like 1 or 2 more glasses. He won't do anything excessive.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just vibing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think about the same for Lila.
So, with that, as the 4 of you are just kind of vibing, just talking and chit-chatting at the table, enjoying each other's company, eventually there is a hush that comes over the audience as you can see Mira begin to make her way towards the stage. You can see that her bag is nowhere on her now except her colorful, cool cloak, just kind of billowing in the wind. Slightly it seems like this cloak just has a life of its own to frame this woman out in a heroic or a stoic way. As she makes her way up, you can see that she has a harp currently in her hands. A very fine instrument. You can see that it is some type of pale white wood trimmed with gold. The strings are almost like see-through. They are so thin and they gleam. It's a beautiful instrument. And she begins to play. Hello, and good evening to all of you. I hope your journey to this wonderful tavern in the Riverlands, in the wonderful nation of Iverion, has been a safe one. I have a few songs, a few stories, and a few poems to share with you that I've collected from all around the world to bring to you all special.
The wheel has turned, for better or worse, and it will keep on turning as lights die and forests dim, storms call and skies break. Turn it will. The wheel is not hope, and the wheel does not care. The wheel simply is. But so long as it turns, folk may have hope, folk may have care. For with light that fades, another will eventually grow, and each night and each storm that rages must eventually die. As long as the wheel turns, as long as it turns.
That as she finishes the poem, there is this very sort of soft clap from the audience. And she smiles. She sets her harp off to the side, and she says, all right, well, what a way to start off. I think that at that point we should have something a little bit more exciting for the second thing, don't you think? I absolutely, emphatically agree. And with that, she smiles, and she will begin to play a much more bright and loud, jaunty tale as a small band behind her begins to play along with her. As she just begins to play away, music that is much more typical for what was having been heard before. But the audience is much more into it, even though you can tell that she is a very talented musician and a very talented performer. But it seems as though this cloak is something that is so different than what most bards may have, where it really does magnetize people's attention and view, where a group of drunk patrons would never listen to a poem just spoken by some random person. But this gleeman comes in and speaks a poem, and they all listen. It's interesting. But with that, the music begins to play, and Mira dances around the stage, plucking away at this stringed instrument that she has, her harp sitting off to the side, entertaining the patrons. So, with that, as she's playing, any other conversation, or are you guys just kind of drinking till you decide that it's about time to head to sleep?
Lila will turn to Blossom and ask her, do you like doing this kind of dancing?
Oh, I mean, well, listen, oh, no need to be bashful. Yes, I love this kind of dancing.
Well, and then she'll get up out of her seat and curtsy and say, may I have this dance?
Oh, my darling, of course you may. And she'll
will take
stand
her
up.
hand.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you.
And then Lila will turn trying to lock eyes with Yuri and give her a wink. And then take Blossom on a dance.
Okay, all right. You can see with the music that's playing, in front of the stage, there is a large circle of people that are currently doing this coordinated line dance that is...
I love that.
Yeah, that is something that you're very used to. Being somebody from the Riverlands, and Yuri, you as well, it's something you're very used to. You can see that they're all kind of dancing in a circle. They'll jump off to one side, they'll clap, and they'll sort of join arms and lift over, and people will run through the circle as the circle will contract and get bigger. It's very easy to follow along, but it's very easy to also add your own flair to any of the given
As
moves.
soon as Lila does that, Naveen is going to, with the biggest smirk of his life, because he has perfected the smirk, thank you very much. He's gonna just look at Eurydice and say, well, I'm not about to be outdone by Lila. And he's like offering his hand to her.
Yuri will take his hand and say, neither will I.
It's on.
Alrighty. Okay. So with that, as the four of you join the circle, there is a cheer from the crowd as you do, getting more and more people in here as the four of you begin dancing with the rest of the group. So I'd like each one of you to make a performance check, and this will kind of determine who's the best dancer.
That's who's proficient in performance, baby.
Oh.
It's okay. No, guys, Lila ain't the charisma person, so...
Well, you know, can I
17, baby.
use Dark One's own luck?
Oh my god, what did you roll?
bad. It's not that one, but it's bad.
Oh no.
Do you, I mean, if you really think that she'd be willing to use Dark One's own luck, Asmodeus's own luck in a fucking dance competition, sure.
just drawing on the power that
Oh,
she
hell yeah,
has.
Blossom.
Why not? I don't get to use it. Okay, that makes it a little more bearable. So that'll be an 11.
Oh my god.
Lila got a 16.
16?
Now
Nalfian?
was at 17.
17, okay.
Damn it.
So, with that,
Oh, Blossom's killing it though.
yeah, Lila,
What Blossom get?
a 22.
19.
Nice! Our team wins!
You have, what was Lila's again?
16.
16, okay, yeah. You're not exactly sure how much Dark One's own luck helped, in all honesty. If anything, the fact that you're dancing with Nalfian, you feel like that's working against you. Your feet are a little bit heavier moving, and you're not sure if it's the alcohol you've been drinking or anything else, but it is having a little bit of an effect on you. So you're dancing, but your feet are a little slower, they're dragging a little bit, and Nalfian's keeping up pretty well. He's adding his own little embellishments on the dance, but looking at what Blossom and Lila are doing, they are going hard, and you can tell that they are having a lot of fun. Even though it might not be the best dancing in the world, they are entertaining performers nonetheless.
Hell yeah.
So, Yuri and Nalfian, you two are also dancing well. It's just that, considering you, when you got an Eladrin and a Satyr that are dancing together, their eyes are probably going to be on them.
That's fair.
Alrighty. So
That's cute.
you dance and you continue to dance for a lot of the night. The types of dances change from slower numbers to more raucous and rocking numbers, where it's not even these line dances where it is just kind of like a mosh pit almost of just bouncing back and forth, and then more of these circle line dances in general, as you can see Mira kind of weave her way through the crowd, plucking away at the stringed instrument that she has, singing these different songs, getting the audience to move, and going down to tables where people are sitting down and getting them to get up and to move and dance and join, and they are just compelled to do so. They feel the rhythm and they begin to dance. And so the rest of you enjoy a fair bit of the rest of the night just dancing until you are just kind of exhausted, or you have to take a seat back down. Drink a little bit more wine as the four of you are just kind of taking a quick breather in that moment. Now, at about this point, I'd probably say it is maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. It is, like I said, a little bit later. This is really the start of when things start to get really, really, really loud in a tavern, right? This is the height of when people are inebriated enough and not tired enough, where they're kind of at that max loudness and max energy level, before they kind of start to peter off and start to really slow down and start to slur a little bit more. They start to drink more. This is kind of like that height of that moment. And you can see that people are really enjoying themselves and having a really good time. And so are all of you. I turn on the water. So, as all of you are sitting around the table, joking and laughing and drinking your water and your wine, whatever you may choose, it's nice just to have this moment to laugh and to smile. But partway through the night, there is a moment where, as all of this music is happening loud and bright and fun, the door bursts open, as you can see this man in the guard's armor, right? That of the guards, the knights that serve the king, kind of bursts in. You can see that there's blood on his breastplate and on his tabard, as he kind of comes in and he's just, they're bandits that attacked a fort just west of here.
They overwhelmed us by numbers. Please, can somebody help, please? I think they captured some of my brothers and sisters in arms. Is there anyone who can help? Anybody, please?
Oh, Nalfian will stand immediately.
Yes, sir, please. I can promise you that there will be a bounty and reward and gold for your service. Please, please, please. If there's anyone else. And you can see a lot of the other patrons, they've been drinking a little bit too much, where they kind of look up and they are responding, and then they kind of sit back down and kind of cower in their drinks, as not wanting to, look in the face of this danger. Please.
Lila will join and stand with
You'll
Nalfian.
stand as well.
Thank you, and Blossom will stand with you. The four of you, thank you. Thank you.
Give us a moment, and we will gather our things, and we will head with you.
Of course. I'll be waiting outside.
Nalfian's gonna...
And he goes over to the bar and kind of gets like some hard liquor and throws it back and kind of staggers outside to go get on his horse.
Yeah, he's definitely not leaving Twig in this fucking place.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. He's gonna run upstairs and like very... she's like such a little angel. He's gonna like
Wake
open
up
the
your
door,
little bird.
see her asleep, and just be like,
Caw-caw!
what? He's not gonna call her. He'll like go over there and just kind of like bend the knee and just like very gently wake her up, and just like whispering, "Twig, you gotta wake up. We have to go."
What's happening?
I don't know. The guards were attacked and they need help, and everyone down there is far too drunk to do anything about it.
Okay.
Okay. Get your things. And he'll like help her get out of bed and gather her like crossbow and shit.
While Nauf is getting Twig, Lila will go over to the guard who's clearly wounded and ask if she can like assist him basically and try and do just not like actually use magic, but do it the best she can just for like a medicine check and like get his wounds in a good place.
Yeah, of course. And you can tell that he's definitely not doing great in this current moment. There are lots of bruises and cuts and scrapes and scars. So you do some basic medicine checks, just making sure that he is all okay and fine and not really broken or bruised or bloody one way or the other. The best you can. And thank you so much.
But he's gonna like make it. It's not like he's gonna die, right?
No, yeah, as of right now, he's stabilized.
Okay, cool.
After investigating his wounds, you are not sure if he should fight, but he is at least not going to bleed out.
Okay. She'll tell him, just stay here. It's going to be better if you just stay in one place and just wait till we get back. I can do more later, okay?
I'll take you there. I'll show you the way, get you set on the right path, and then I'll stay back.
Yes, please do. I don't. You're not in any condition to do much else, okay?
All right.
I just need to save all my strength, okay? But when I come back, I can help better, okay?
All right. I understand.
So with that, Nalfian cutting back up to you as you wake up Twig. And you gather her, you get all your armor, all your supplies ready to go. It's just a couple minutes later, you run down the stairs. And you can see Mira. Everyone else is kind of averting their gaze at the tensity and awkwardness of the situation. But Mira is definitely looking with a look of pride and inspiration, almost. Seeing all of you just spring into action immediately, almost no hesitation. And she nods and says, "Good luck! Stay safe!" as all of you kind of run out of the tavern. Mounting up on your horses, the guard does the same thing, sort of struggling. He swings his leg over.
All right. Follow me. I'll show you where it is, and then you can handle it. Just be careful, please.
And he whips into the reins.
They'll follow quickly.
Begins to ride off, yeah. It's about maybe 20 minutes of riding until eventually the cobbled stone path eventually begins to taper a little bit, gather a little bit smaller, and you can see that this is a definitely off the beaten path a little bit. It seems to be something more so to maybe another smaller village to the south, but it must be a spot where bandits seem to roam a little bit more freely, because you can definitely tell that there are no like taverns or signs of life along this road as opposed to the main road. So eventually you make your way, and you can see what looks to be a stone bridge and a couple of towers looking over this large river. And you can see the bridge, and you can see some torchlight, and you can see a group of maybe 5 or 10 people gathered on that bridge. Just from where you're at, the vantage point you have, definitely run-of-the-mill bandits. They are wearing, sort of hodgepodges, this smattering of armor, of chain and scale and plate, just hobbled together,
Does
holding
there look like
torches.
there's one in particular who's in charge?
Yeah, there is a larger man, shaven head, tattoos all over his face, that seems to be serving as like serving on point. The person kind of at the front of the bridge that would probably be charging people a toll if they wish to cross this late at night. And the guard sort of gets there and he says,
Right there, they just came in the middle of the night. They scaled over the walls with grappling hooks, and they surprised us. I was the only one that escaped.
How many does there seem to be, Joe, from where we're standing?
all you can see right now is maybe, let's see. It's a little hard to tell, anywhere between 10 to 15.
Maybe we can just take them all. Maybe they are just gonna be bandits.
Hell yeah, man. Let's go
They're a
be
little bit
heroes.
further away than that. They're not that clumped together. They're also spread out along this bridge, and some of them aren't anywhere near each other. There's like maybe 6 to 8 that are inside the walls of this small little fortress here. And I'll go ahead and
Good thinking, though, River. Just fireball them. Blast them.
That's my goal, man. If I can't just like fireball them, I will.
So here, I'll go ahead and move all of you back here, and let me go ahead and preload this just real quick. And then I'll go ahead and move all of you. There, okay. All right. Pull all to scene.
You could also just summon her little bestial spirit as they're getting there, though.
Okay.
Just in its land form.
Sounds good.
Ooh, I can't see crap. It's all black.
Uh-oh. Figure.
Is
might-
it supposed to be?
Oh, no,
No, I
here,
I can see.
let me...
You might need to
Okay.
reload it.
I can see everything.
Okay, cool.
now.
I see everything now. Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I was like, I think Eladrins have dark vision. Pretty sure they do, so.
This guy seems to be the guy.
Yeah, oh, sorry, it's going to refresh one more time so you can see the whole thing. Yeah, so that guy right there at the end, the one with the different token, that is definitely probably the person in charge. So right now you're far enough away where they don't seem to notice you, and the guard that led you here is just going to hang back.
Nafid's gonna look over his shoulder at that guard. Yeah, I suppose talking to them's not gonna do shit, right?
I don't think so. They
It was a joke, friend. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it.
all right.
And Naf will kind of look to everybody else. Alright. So, clearly it would be foolish to barge right in there. We have a bit of a choke point, not much, but if we can lure them out, at least get them out on the bridge away from that building. Just pick them off as they kind of come forward. Thoughts?
I mean, I suppose most of us are pretty good with range. And if they're out on the bridge, then they're very in the open.
Right. I mean, range isn't my preferred, but we can get one or two pretty close.
Pick them off, so that they're unconscious and go to jail?
Lila, dear. No. They killed those men. Honest men who are just trying to do their job. Something tells me that jail isn't gonna do a thing for them. And they're gonna put up a fight. So I don't know if picking them off is the right word, but I don't suggest any of us go charging across that bridge. Let them come to us. Nothing will pat her on the back.
She will gulp.
You got this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're to see if you really wanted to. You could drop a little something down there if you wished.
I was thinking so. I thought that might be a good.
Might be a good scare tactic. It might push some of them forward towards us.
So if I make it further back, then I'll push the ones at the front our way. Let me check how far away we are on the
Okay.
map. I need to zoom out and see.
Because if you were to, like, do something like right there, the people in the building might be too afraid to
Yeah.
come forward right away.
I can do it 150 feet away from us.
Hey, it's a good start.
So where do you want me to drop it? Because I can also just break the gate. We'll try to break the gate.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah, because it's hard to hide behind.
Maybe, I don't know what's safe spot for people to go. There's not. Too bad these trees are back here rather than up here.
Yeah.
Because once that happens, I mean, we're gonna be seen.
Yeah.
I don't know if Twig would feel more comfortable being up here on the sledge. Rain down arrows from up there. But I don't know if that's too far. I don't know. Nalfian kind of is. You can see he's a little itching to get in there, but he knows it's kind of dumb.
Hmm.
Is this a little bush right here? Is it tiny?
It is
How
a
big?
very tiny shrubbery.
Man. Okay. Okay. Nalfian is going to summon Echo now, first of all.
Okay.
Alright. And he's gonna say, alright, you drop the fire, and I'll have Echo now walk forward. If they're too stupid, at least they'll see something and it'll garner their attention.
Yeah. Do you want me to try and get the captain in that as well? Because I can do that.
Probably be a good idea. If
Okay.
we take them out, the rest might scatter. That's wishful thinking, but
Yeah. Okay. And when we decide to set everything off, I'll drop fireball right here and just get all of these.
yeah. And like, I will, once I have an Echo now token on, I will move him like here. TY.
Let me do this real quick.
Yeah, just so I can differentiate.
Oh, no.
Oh, alright. Pulsating.
Sorry, I'm trying to spend the one that I use most of the time. Well, there we go.
That works. Okay. But he'd only be 30 feet away from me. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. I thought this distance was going to be a little bit more crazy. Okay, then Nalfian is going to draw his rapier and his dagger and summon Echo Nalf, and he's going to look at everybody, give everybody a very confident nod, and he's going to move up in position here. Yeah, and then as soon as Echo Nalf gets like about here, that's when he would give like Yori the thumbs up to drop her fireball. Unless anybody else has a different plan. I don't want to take over, I'm sorry.
Yeah, does anybody else have thoughts?
No. That sounds really good.
How's Twig feel?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it works.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's
where's
9d6.
Fireball dropping?
It's gonna drop
I'll make it my
like
she pulled back
here.
up here.
So it's all these 5.
Okay, those 5. Okay.
So that's dex saves. And I'll roll the damage for it. Ooh,
You're gonna need to
okay.
get closer though, right?
It's like 150 foot range.
Oh, really? Well, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like 60 or something.
No.
Yeah. Oh, those are shit.
So, Wig might get a little closer herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and get to wherever you want to be before the explosion.
I don't want to be too close to things, but you know.
Okay, so it's gonna be 28 on a fail. And then I guess 14 on the save.
Okay, so for these 4 right here, regardless of if they save or fail, they are. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no, are all these linked? No! Ah! That makes me a very sad man. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second here.
You're good.
Okay, Control C, Control V. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. So for these 4, then, that is enough to just automatically do them in. As even
I
with
get the cool like black tendrils as well, because she gets the hit points from it.
Oh, yeah. So all 4 of these ones, as soon as they, the bodies just turn to like smoldering bone and ash. They drop down onto the ground, and let's see, the captain here. That's going to be an 11 plus 6, 17. I think that's a success.
Yeah, it is.
So that's 14 points of damage. So he's still looking pretty okay. But yeah, so the boom of fire, all 4 of their bodies just practically disintegrate and melt, leaving smoldering burnt skin and black cracking bones as the armor just drops down into the ground and these like twisted smoldering corpses dropping, and then the black tendrils move past the captain to you, Eurydice, as you gain those temporary hit points.
As soon as that goes off, Echo Nelf will like appear right here. And he'll just say, "Wonderful evening we're having, isn't it?"
The bandit
But
captain
it's actually Nelf.
will immediately like, oh, so are you swapping places or?
No.
Okay.
Just Nelf's voice coming through.
Yeah, the bandit captain will immediately throw a sword on the ground and be like, you can pass for free.
Oh shit, that's not what I was expecting him to say.
Open the gate, let them pass for free. Please, just don't kill me.
Okay, now Nalfian will switch places.
Okay.
Boop. Wait a second. What is happening here? Why are you attacking the guards?
What do you mean attacking the guards? This fort has been abandoned, and we just have been charging tolls to people passing through. We've been robbing them, yes, but listen, listen. You can have all the money that we took, and some of the valuables that we took from them, heading south.
So you haven't been attacking the guards?
No, there were no guards when we got here. We've been here for 2-3 weeks, maybe.
You're robbing people.
Yes, that's all we're doing. I swear, I would listen. I have been on the receiving end of penalty for killing guards, and I'm never doing that again. If guards pass by, we leave, we let them pass through, and then we come back into the fort.
Men?
These behind me? They're my soldiers. They're part of my gang. That's it.
You all need to leave this place. Any of the things that you've taken, you need to drop them off at the tavern and leave.
All right. We will. I promise. I said I didn't.
You haven't seen anybody attacking any of the guards in town.
No. There's not to my knowledge. I never had any of my people do that. I swear.
Insight check. I have to.
Okay, make an insight check.
Nalfian's really shitty now. Ugh, that's not very good.
I swear. I never
12?
Did anything. For the most part, you can tell that he's
Yeah.
being honest.
Okay. Remember that gift? Okay. He said this place is like abandoned.
Yeah.
Does it look like it is? Like, you know.
Yeah,
It's kind of peering over his shoulder. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't
it's-
anything, like, important, right?
it's
It
not
just looks like
maintained.
a-
No, it's just a little guard post that probably has
Okay.
not been used because there's no reason to use them. The roads are supposed to be safe enough.
Supposed to be. What the fuck is this shit? They're robbing people. Okay.
And, well, yeah.
All right. Nalfin's just gonna say, "Go now."
Okay, all right. All of you, open the gate and grab everything. We're taking it back to the tavern. We're leaving this place.
And you can see at this point, Nalfian, as you're looking out, a lot of the torches in this area, the flames just begin to slowly flicker. And you can hear this screech off in the distance. As you can see, just past your eyes, at that top ledge where those 4 guards are standing, you can see these shadowy figures appear. These men lithe and skulking in black clothing, maggot flesh-colored skin like a corpse. Huge mouths with sharp teeth, 2 of them appear. And they immediately whirl these swords around and slash into the chests of these bandits up here, immediately killing 2 of them each. As they slash into it, the bodies drop. As immediately,
How many of them are there?
there's just 2,
Okay.
but they are moving with this united movement as they
Does
screech, and these
Nalfin
guards,
recognize the way that they're fighting?
yes, as these bandits are just immediately cut through and drop down to the ground, you can see these 2 creatures kneel down as the other bandits just drop their weapons and begin to shake and cry. They reach down at these weak corpses. You can see them grab onto the face, and there's just this discharge of dark magic as the bodies begin to shake and move. As one of these creatures looks to you, Nalfian, and like a whisper that travels a mile, as if this creature, its lipless, maggot face, as if it was right in your ear, whispering,
Why?
and as these 2 servants of the Dark One, these 2 Ban Sheen, look down at you, Nalfian, the bandits screaming and yelling, trying to run towards where all of you are. That is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session.
Oh,
I knew it was fishy that we were going to be doing combat so close to the end. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah!
I knew it was never going to be just bandits. There was no way it was going to be just bandits.
Look, one time I feel like we don't try and talk to people first before we like go into fight.
Yeah. When she was
Man.
like, oh, we've not been killing
This
people,
is-
I was like, well,
This is the opposite of what happened when you guys were in Issa Lore, because in Issa Lore, you were like, well, let's talk to him. And they're like, the drow, kill him! Oh, man. Well, here, I'll put on the chill music again.
Oh, that makes it better.
Yeah,
it was
there you
like
go.
the screeching was so
Yeah.
nice.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that was Wendigo Sounds.mp3, so glad you enjoyed it.
Enjoyed is a word.
Gross.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to tune in on Tuesday for the continuation of the Salamander Coast, on next Friday for the continuation of the Explorers of Afera, which that'll be an interesting session. Or tune in next Saturday for the continuation of the Isles of Iverion. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.